Evanston Regional Hospital. Staple has a Rebel rebound. Kendall turns and runs. She's not one to slow things down. Another perfect screen by Hatch, and this time it's Tingy with the finish on the left side.
Rich Rebel girls basketball is on.
Brown follows a screen inside right post. She missed the first shot, got her own board, and put it back up and in.
Coming off a second consecutive third-place finish at state, the Rebels return for the 2019-2020 season, with sights taking it to the next level.
Walentine, left corner three, her third triple of the quarter.
Coach Cody Lundgren returns for his 5th season on the bench.
She gets the pass to the right corner, three-point shot off the back of the iron, just missed by inches, but Brown chases down the Rebel rebound.
And with the athletes, the experience, and the will to win, the Rebels are ready to run.
Staple drives and floats from the left baseline and hits it.
MyLocalRadio.com presents Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 Rebel Radio, with live streaming video at MyLocalRadio.com.
JC goes free throw line. Hatch pulls the trigger and knocks it down. Sydney Hatch with the bucket.
Rich High School Hoops is presented by Evanston Regional Hospital, Plains Tire of Evanston, by Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, by Come On In of Casper, Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitor Bureau, the store, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Rebound, Rebels go the other way. Allie Walentine, perfect screen by Sydney Hatch. She just screened off the defense, and Allie finished on the left side with the drive.
And now, Rebel Roundball fans,
the Staple baseline jumper is good.
Put on your lucky socks, set your seat to full recline, and get ready to cheer on the Rebels.
Hatch stuffs it. Sydney Hatch having a great couple of series.
As we head courtside to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan STEINECKERT.
Good evening and welcome, Rebel fans. This Friday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, and we're surrounded by red in Manila at the home of the Mustangs. The Rebels taking on Region 22 opponent, the Manila Mustangs. Girls action coming up. There was a freshman boys, the JV boys in progress, and we've got girls and boys varsity coming up. When we return, we'll have the Christopher Staple family scene set on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome back to Manila High School, the home of the Mustangs. Cody Muir having quite a game for the Mustang JV squad that leads Rich by 6, 40-34 in the boys' action. 4:43 left in the fourth quarter. Rebel boys lost at the JV team, I should say, lost to Manila 47-31 just a few weeks ago in JV action. So this JV game closer than the last time these teams met. I'm going to focus now on the girls' game, which is coming up momentarily, the varsity action. And keep an eye on this boys' game as we jump into the scene set brought to you by Christopher Staple family, wishing the Rebels good luck. Rich comes in at 18-3 overall this season, a very convincing number one in 1A Utah girls play. In fact, the Rebels, if you look at Max Preps, you put any kind of standing into what they put forth on their rankings, Rich, I think, in the top 30 overall in all of Utah. And so the Rebels having a great year, 18-3, 5-0 in 1A Region 22, and looking to make that 6-0 tonight at Manila. The Rebels are scoring almost 54 points a game and allowing just 33 points per game, and they've been even more dominant in just their last 12. We'll tell you about that here in a second when we get, if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, you see those notes at the bottom of the scene set screen. We'll tell you about that, give you some details in just a bit. But the Rebels are coming off a win at Wendover, 54-21, in which they held the Wendover Wildcats to 2 points in the first quarter, 2 points in the fourth quarter. Leading scorer Leslie Luna, who went into that game, entered that game averaging 20 points. The Rebels held her to 5 and dominated for the victory. Now Manila comes into this game having gone 1-1 in their last two after they had lost a couple in a row. But you look at what they've done lately. They beat Intermountain Christian twice, once here at home on January 17th. But then just last week at ICS, the Mustangs, a much improved win, 22-point victory, 40-18. Now, they most recently lost last week at Altamont, 54-18. Mustangs come in ranked number 15 in the latest RPI ranking, scoring 27, allowing 39 per game. 5-9 overall, but 2-1 in Region 22. And they're actually in a position to host a first-round game in those in the RPI or in the UHSAA playoffs. Now, if things ended last the RPI was released or was available, Manila was at number 15, and that would set them to host either Tinnick or Escalante. And Manila has a big enough lead on both of those teams that the Mustangs, even if they lose today and then lose tomorrow against Mountain View, Manila will not likely drop any spots. So the Mustangs pretty secure in the likelihood of hosting a game next Saturday, February 22nd. Now, the Rebel girls will get a bye in that first round. Manila with no state titles in their history and have gone 0-2 at state last year, 1-2 at state the year before that. Didn't make it to state 3 years in a row prior. Now, the Rebels and Mustangs last met January 24th of this season, and Rich had no trouble with Manila in that game. In fact, it was a clean sweep. The JV girls played just first half and won 26-0. And in the varsity action, the Rebels led 34-3 at the half, took their foot off the gas and won 52-14. 10 different Rebels scored in that game, and Rich held Manila to just 13% shooting from inside three-point range. They hit 2 field goals from inside the arc. And now let's jump into that note there. If you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, those numbers down at the bottom of your scene set screen. Again, scene set brought to you by Christopher Staple family. The Manila Mustangs 6-54 against teams with a winning record. And now, no, scratch that. Let me rephrase that. The Mustangs have 9 losses this season, and those 9 losses are against teams who have a combined 105-45 record. Now, back up a little bit. The Mustangs have 5 wins, and those 5 wins have come against teams Escalante, Dugway, West Ridge Academy, and ICS. Those 4 have a combined record of 6 wins, 54 losses. That's a 100 win percentage, or a 10% winning percentage for those 5 teams. Those are the 5 wins that Manila has on the season. The losses that Manila has suffered have been against much better teams with a 621 win percentage, a combined record of 105-45, and that includes Rich, Little Snake River, which Rich beat, Altamont, which Rich beat, Wendover, which, again, Rich beat. I feel like a broken record here, which Rich beat all those teams. So the Manila Mustangs, it's been like a tale of 2 teams. The games that they've won have been against frankly, some bad teams. Some teams that haven't won a lot of games this year. And the wins or the losses for Manila have been against some teams that have won a lot of games this year. So it'll be interesting to see how the Mustangs come out. Now, as we mentioned, Rich beat Manila the last time these teams played, 52-14. But the last time Rich played here at Manila, it took overtime. And it took a monster run, a monster comeback in the fourth quarter for Rich to even force overtime. So the Rebels will have to be better than they were the last time they played here if they want to get the win over Manila tonight. We'll look deeper at the Laketown Ledger and the series between these two teams, and a little bit later on in our pregame show. This JV boys game coming down to it. Rebels down 4, make it 5, with a free throw swished through by the Manila Mustangs, Hunter Galia Jr. 1:37 left to play in that JV action. We'll continue on with our pregame show. This is the Christopher Staple family scene set. And coming up after the break, we'll have your Rich County 4-H standout student. We'll talk with Haley Davis, a senior at Rich High School, right after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. In 4-H, we believe young people have the power and influence to improve the world around us. With hands-on learning and education programs, 4-H members pledge their head to clearer thinking, their heart to greater loyalty, their hands to larger service, and their health to better living. To learn more about 4-H in Rich County, stop by our office in the county building in Randolph or give us a call at 435-793-2435. 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Back at Manila High School, just west of Flaming Gorge, right? Just west of the gorge. And home of the Mustangs, where it's homecoming week for Manila. We're on the pregame show. And jumping into the Rich County 4-H standout student, I'll tell you a little bit more about the Rebels' last 12 games. This girls' team has gone 11-1 in those last 12. Their only loss against 2A's definitive number 1 North Summit Braves. We'll tell you a little bit more about, again, those last 12 games for Rich have been pretty impressive. But first, let's hear from Rich High School senior on our Rich County 4-H standout student. With senior Haley Davis at Rich High School. Haley, thanks for your time.
Yeah, anytime.
How's your senior year going?
Fast, but pretty good.
Is fast good? You want it to go quick?
Yep, it's like the closer we get to May, the more excited I am for it to be done.
What are you involved with? I mean, we've talked in the past about managing the volleyball team, and you play golf?
Yep.
You looking forward to that?
Yep, exactly. I'm ready for the warm weather, too.
Don't get too far ahead of yourself, because you get 2 or 3 warm days in April and May, right?
Yep, pretty much, and then a bunch of wind and rain.
Haley, how do you feel like the golf team will do this year?
I think we'll do pretty good, though. I guess my question would just be on, like, the region, because I don't know how much region play we'll get with the other schools. But I think we'll be a pretty good team.
Have you guys won 2 state titles in a row?
So my freshman year we took second, and then sophomore and junior year we took first, yeah.
It's a pretty good run. You think you have a chance for this year?
Yeah, I hope so. I don't really know the other teams around the state, but I know our team will be pretty good.
Haley, what else are you doing in your senior year?
Basically just college classes and schoolwork.
Associate's degree coming up?
Yep.
Are you on track getting there?
Yep, I got to finish just this semester, and then I'll be done. So it's 5-6 more classes.
Is that more challenging for you as far as, like, you compare some of the senior classes that are just high school classes versus the college classes? A lot more challenging?
Yeah, I think they'd be more, because like senior year, usually that laid-back year that you just get to take your electives. So now that I'm taking the college classes, it's a little more challenging. But I also like the college classes a little bit more than high school because they're kind of more advanced, so you put more work into it so you learn more. Do
you get to choose some of your classes for associate's degree, like centered a little bit more around agriculture or things that you're interested in?
Yeah, so you get to pick most of them. So they give you kind of a list of options you get to pick from, but then there's certain ones that you have to take to get your associates.
Which ones are you taking that are the ones you pick?
So right now the ones that I've picked are 2, like a nursing online class, a business online class, a finance class, and I think that's the only ones that I've picked right now because the other one is a stats class and an English class, and those are ones that I really needed.
Nursing, business, finance, stats. It sounds like some kind of business. Is that what you want to go into?
Not really. These classes will just it'll help me when I'm actually in college.
What's your plan if going forward?
Right now I'll just get my associates, and then I'll attend Utah State to get my bachelor's in bioveterinary medicine and agribusiness.
So you want to be a veterinarian, or what does that lead to?
Basically, I can get, it's pre-vet almost kind of thing. So if I decide to be a vet, I can go on to be a vet, or if I just want to stay and be a vet tech, I can do that.
Now, I understand you went recently down to San Antonio for a big cattle con. Is that right?
Yep.
Tell me about that. What is it? How did you get that opportunity?
So I just ran into Nikki Weston one day, and she said that she was going down there and was going alone, and asked if I, wanted to come with her. So I said yeah. So we just went down and basically learned all the new stuff that's been happening in the ag industry and the beef industry for the last 6 months, and went to a bunch of meetings about that.
Were you able to do some networking, meet some people that you might work with in the future?
Yeah, I met a lot of people from all over the country, and then I met one of the professors at Utah State for the vet stuff, actually. So
that's a good connection to have if you're going to be going there.
Yep, exactly.
Plus, San Antonio this time of year, a little warmer.
It was definitely warmer. The one day it was like 80 degrees, so that was really nice.
Have you come back just bragging about, it was an 80-degree weather last week?
Yeah, exactly. This morning, my car, the frost was inside the car, so I was really wishing I was back.
That's funny. Haley, are you doing the musical?
Nope.
No musical. Nope, no way?
Nope, no way.
Have you ever done it? Have you ever been involved with it?
I took choir once in 8th grade, and that's closest I've got to any of those classes.
Okay. Anything else we should touch on about you? You have any hobbies or interests outside of what we've talked about?
Not really, no.
You don't snowboard, or you like ride horses or draw, paint, anything?
Anything on the ranch, I guess, if you call that a hobby, but not really snowboard or ski or anything like that.
Ranching is like a hobby lifestyle, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
You have a favorite job out there?
Probably just the chasing the cows part and riding your horse.
What's the worst thing?
Fencing or moving pipe.
Moving pipe?
Yep.
Okay, and fencing. I've done some of that. Yeah, it's not fun.
Nope, not really.
Haley, what's the best thing about being a Rich Rebel?
The pride of it all. Because even in San Antonio, somebody knew that Rich Rebel, who they were, and they said they're pretty good at sports. And I was like, yep, we are.
Go Rich Rebels. Haley Davis, thanks so much for your time. Senior at Rich High School. Good luck the rest of your senior year and going forward.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much, Haley. That's the Standout Student brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. JV game, Rebels Hunter Pace hit a 3 moments ago to make it a 7-point contest, or a 6-point contest, but Manila's Hunter Gailey hitting free throws down the stretch. Nice move, hanging in the air. Truman Huffner finishes with the left. Manila taking their time. Pace trying to deny Gailey the basketball, but he's got some quick feet and gets himself free. Rebels forced to just foul him and hope for the best. Trailing by 6, 49-43 with 14.7 to go in the JV game. Girls varsity coming up in a couple of moments. We've got your Town of Laketown Ledger, Thompson Ranch keys of the game, Old Chicago Pizza pregame slice, and the Town of Woodruff starting lineups. But first, when we return, the Town & Country Realty Coaches Show on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. We'll hear from each of the coaches after this. Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
This is a Lady Rebel basketball coach, Cody Lundgren, and you're tuned in to the pregame show on Rebel Radio. Opening tip is less than 20 minutes away on KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to the Cody Lundgren Coaches Show, brought to you by Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Call Pam Cornea today at 435-779-0012. Rebel girls wrap up the regular season tonight on the road at Region 22 foe Manila. Last time these teams met, Rich had no trouble at Rich High, 52-14. But last time they met here in Manila, the Rebels needed overtime to squeak out a 2-point win over the Mustangs. No one sees the game the way the coaches do, so we'll take a moment to visit with opposing coach Tony Pendleton, and then we'll talk to Rebel head man Cody Lundgren and get his thoughts on tonight's game at Manila. Here on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cash Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
With Coach Tony Pendleton of the Manila Mustangs. Coach, I appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you.
You guys have homecoming this week. Does that make things a little tough to focus?
Yeah, it's just a busy week. The kids just get kind of, busy and just having fun, I guess. But, yeah.
Do you see, in past years, have you seen the players, like, lack of focus or more tired because of all the hoopla going on during the week?
No, I would think maybe they're even more, more aggressive, I guess, and they're more excited to play.
The emotion lifts things up.
Yep.
Coach, last time you took on Rich, it was at their place, and they pretty well dominated.
Yeah, it was. They're a tough team this year. They're lucky to have such a great team for sure.
It's a good group. What do you see that they do so well?
They just all around are well. They're deep. They have good guard. They're just good.
You guys have a few wins on the season. You're in a position to actually host in the first round of the playoffs, right? That play-in round, I guess. Do you feel like you're in a good spot as far as where you're playing, how you're playing?
Yeah, I think we're in a good spot. I think we're gonna get our playing game. I think we'll win our playing game and then see what happens when we get to state.
Since you played Rich, you've beat ICS and you beat them better at their place than you beat them here at home.
Yeah, our girls played well at ICS. They played very well.
Are you seeing a lot of improvement?
Yeah, I am. I'm pretty proud of what I have right now. I've got a freshman starter, 3 sophomores, and a couple juniors. I don't even have a senior this year, so I'm pretty proud of what I have.
Tell me about the challenge with 8 or 9 players on the team. What does that look like in practice? Is it tough to even have like a scrimmage or play full court?
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I only have 6 most days because one of them cheers and plays basketball, so I get her part-time. And so, yeah, it's interesting. We play a lot of 3-on-3.
But you've seen a lot of improvement. Is it just in execution, in defensive effort, everything?
I think in everything. I think they've just gotten better overall, playing a lot and stuff.
Last time you hosted Rich here, it took overtime. They had a tremendous comeback in the fourth quarter just to force overtime. What do you feel like your team did well that night that you want to replicate tonight?
Oh, they just played really well last year. They played hard, and they just kind of kept Rich where we kind of had a lead on them, through most of the game. But they just played really well and executed in defense, and it was just a good game.
As for tonight, what do you need to see your team do to hang in there?
I just want them to play hard. I just want them to play hard the whole game. I'm just hoping they'll just go out and just have a lot of effort and box out and play defense.
Is that a tough thing to do? Just hypothetical, if Rich gets up by a few points, do you see your team, especially with the youth, are you seeing them continue to give that effort?
Yeah, they do pretty well. Like sometimes it gets tough, but for the most part they do pretty good.
Coach, anything else we should touch on?
No, thank you.
Tony Pendleton, thanks so much for your time, Coach. Good luck tonight and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Coach Tony Pendleton of the Manila Mustangs in her second year coaching this Mustangs team. And they've made some improvement. I don't know if that's even debatable. 9-14 last year and made it to the state tournament. Looking for they took second place last year in the region and looking to improve on that this year, as they look like they'll have a home game in the first round, that play-in round of the playoffs, February 22nd, and should qualify for state tournament play, depending on how they do in that play-in game. We're about 15 minutes away from tip-off, the Rebel girls and the Mustangs girls as well. Then we'll have the boys game to follow. So far, the Mustangs, there were no JV or freshman girls games, but in the JV and freshman boys games, Manila came out on top in close ones, 36-28 in the freshmen, 50-43 in the JV. Stay tuned. We'll hear from Coach Cody Lundgren in a couple of minutes here on the pregame show on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Meet the service and parts department staff at Auto Farm Chevrolet. We work on almost every type of vehicle, foreign and domestic. We also sell parts and accessories for almost all makes and models. Our staff is friendly and well-trained, and we are here to serve you. Open Monday through Friday beginning at 7:30 a.m. We invite you to Auto Farm Chevrolet for all your parts and for all your service needs. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a community-driven dealer.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home. Home to the rich rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the rich rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Back on the Town and Country Realty Coaches Show. Pam Cornea selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Give her a call at 435-779-0012. Rebels tonight at Manila. Rich on a 4-game winning streak. They've won those 4 in a row over ICS, Duchesne, Tabiona, and Wendover by an average score of 57-21. Pretty dominant wins for Rich. And in fact, in their last 12 games, the Rebels are winning by an average of 30 points. I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes on our pregame show. But first, let's hear from Coach Cody Lundgren, coach of the Rebel girls team, right after this on The Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
With Cody Lundgren of the Rich Rebel girls basketball team. Coach, I feel like I'm a broken record. Another dominant weekend for the girls.
Yeah, the girls did awesome this weekend. They played together and kept focus and just did what we needed to do to get the W's.
Again, defensively, the way you shut down Tabiona, the way you shut down Wendover, especially Leslie Luna, who'd been scoring 20 points a game.
Yeah, I just looked at our girls, and Coach Calder said it during one of our halftime speeches, but you know, you just look at our girls, and they were locked in on defense. You know, they're believing in it, they love playing it, and they're very tough at it.
Coach, Wendover had been holding teams all season, 27 points on average, and you were there at halftime, doubled that in the game.
Yeah, the girls, you know, they played very well together this whole weekend. They saw the floor well, they spaced it well, and they found the open person. And when that open person had a great shot, they knocked it down. So that always helps when the ball goes in the hole.
Wendover had also been getting a lot of steals night in, night out against other teams. You feel like you took care of the ball well?
Yeah, we took care of the ball well. If I remember right, I looked at our stats. I think we had 11 turnovers that game. So, you know, anything under 15 I feel is a pretty good game. So I thought we took care of it pretty well.
Looks like you're in a good position on paper, right? Number 1 in the RPI. I don't think you can drop from that spot. You got 1 game left against a Manila team that you've handled really, really well. A dominant win over them the last time you played them here at Rich. But out at Manila, things are a little different.
It's always hard going on the road and playing teams, and you know, long bus rides, and it's just the ability to keep that focus when you get off that bus. So, you know, I'm positive our girls, they're very focused right now. We're right where we want to be, but we're continuing to work on little things that we need to improve on to get ready for state, and just looking at each game, you know, as we come to it.
Do you have concerns about, as you're preparing for state, and that'll be hopefully, right, 4 games in 4 days, having a lighter schedule, especially this last couple of weeks? In the last 2.5 weeks leading up to state, you'll have just one game.
Yeah, we're looking into it to kind of get a little bit of rest here. For the last month and a half, we've had 6 days of basketball per week. So, how do you look at – can you erase that part, Ryan? So you look at it and you think, should I have scheduled more games or will the rest be good? I think right now where we're at, I think the rest is going to help us. We've played a lot of games in the last little bit, so we'll just work hard in our gym. And, we've got a pretty good JV team, and they push us hard in practice, and they should be able to help us get ready for state.
Coach, a couple weeks ago when you lost to North Summit, rebounding was an issue. Since then, it seems like it's been a strength.
Yeah, it's been a point of emphasis for these girls, and you watch it, and a lot of the teams think they're being held or whatever, but our girls are just fighting for position and getting a body on girls and making sure the ball has a chance to drop in front of them.
Going back to the matchup with Manila this weekend, the place is hard to play. It's a long bus ride. Any individuals on their team concern you?
The Cannell Browning girl, you leave her open, she's going to make threes, and the Clegg girl, she's a pretty good athlete, so you got to do a good job on containing those two. And if we do that, then we have a pretty good chance to win the game.
Coach, I don't know if it may be early on to do something like this, but just congratulations on what you've done so far this season, and thanks for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Hey, thanks, Ryan. We appreciate you and everything you do for our program, and it's exciting time, but hopefully we'll have a little bit of luck coming with us here, because that state tournament, as you know, is a very difficult one. So we'll just try to keep our focus, and hopefully we'll have a little luck join us.
Thanks so much, Coach Cody Lundgren. This is the Coaches Show, brought to you by Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Call Pam Cornea today, 435-779-0012. I was trying to look at some scores from Region 20 tournament and the girls' action in the championship bracket. Paiute and Milford face off, then Valley and Bryce Valley. In the boys' side, Valley and Panguitch in the semifinals, and Bryce Valley versus Paiute also in the semifinals. We'll try to keep an eye on that and see if we can find any scores. But in the meantime, Rebel girls taking on the Manila Mustangs, and we've got tip-off in about 7 minutes. When we come back, we've got your Thompson Ranch keys of the game, Saby Trucking opening tip-off coming up on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Saby and council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say, Go Red Rebels!
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help. With residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more, Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit BearLakeRealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
Back at Manila High School for the Rebels versus the Mustangs of Manila. And we're about 5.5 minutes away until tip-off, so let's jump right into your Lake Town ledger. Good luck to the Rebels from the Mayor and Town Council of Lake Town. Looking back, going back to the 01-02 season, the Rebels have done pretty well against Manila. Rich is on a 33-game win streak. That includes a win earlier this year, 52-14. That includes an overtime win the last time the teams played here at Manila. Rich won 62-60. Most of those matchups have been double-digit wins or better or more. Well, I can't say more than double digits, but most of those wins have been double digits for Rich. There have been some close ones over the years. As I mentioned, last year's 2-point win in overtime. Rich in 2015-16 only won by 5 here at Manila. But again, a dominant run for Rich. 33 wins, no losses against Manila since 01-02. That's your Lake Town ledger, brought to you by the town of Lake Town, Mayor and Town Council of Lake Town. Wish the Rebels good luck. Moving forward to your Lazy BT keys of the game, Lazy BT brand and the Thompson Ranch wish the Rebels the best. And number one key of the game is execute. If we're honest with ourselves, the Rebels are a better team. They won 52-14 the last time these teams played. Rich is number one in the RPI and needs to stay sharp, keep that execution at a high level. And so they've got to keep that rolling tonight at Manila so that they can carry that into the state tournament. Rich, last week had 2 games and won those. In fact, Rich has not been challenged since they lost to North Summit on January 25th. Since then, it's an average win of 57-21. And so if you consider this week's game, one game, then Rich will have next week off, a bye in that play-in round. Rich won't play again until Wednesday, the 26th of February. That's almost, that's 2.5 weeks with just one game in there. So Rich has to take this opportunity to work on execution and stay sharp. Those are the keys 1 and 2. And number 3, battle the boards. Rebels have got to win the battle of the boards. And I think, frankly, keep Manila from getting hopes up. They're going to be playing emotionally today with it being homecoming week for the Mustangs. So if Rich lets that window stay open, maybe some offensive rebounds, some easy buckets for Manila, the Mustangs might have a chance in this one. Those are your keys of the game, brought to you by the Thompson Ranch and the Lazy BT brand. And your Old Chicago Pizza pregame slice. Rebels, the visiting team here, of course, at Manila. If you're looking, watching online at mylocalradio.com, a lot of banners over on that right side for the Manila Mustangs. Their girls team hasn't won any state titles. Their boys won consecutive years in 04 and 05. And Manila Mustang boys, a legitimate title contender this year, number 2 in the latest RPI ranking. And we'll see, get a taste of what they can do a little bit later on when the boys take on Manila. Mustangs in the home whites. Again, it's homecoming week. A lot of red and white and black here in Manila, and they'll be doing some special things for homecoming night. I know they've got the spotlight ready, so they'll turn some lights off and do some special things for their seniors tonight at Manila High School. A good crowd, Rebel fans to our left and a few down in front of us, and mostly Manila fans off across the court on the other side of the hardwood. That's your Old Chicago Pizza pregame slice. Old Chicago Pizza in Logan. Pizzas and more built from scratch, one delicious, fresh ingredient at a time. 795 East, 1400 North in Logan. I mentioned what the Rebels have done over the course of the last 12 games, and let me jump back into the Christopher Staple family scene set graphic so that you can see the numbers I'm talking about. When you look at the note on the Rebels side, again, if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, you see number 1, Rich Rebels, down on the bottom left of your screen, and then at the very bottom, note 11-1. In their last 12, the Rebels are 11 wins, 1 loss. The 1 loss came against North Summit, which over the course of its last 4 games, actually make it 5, because they beat Monticello yesterday 81-41, I think is who they beat. Anyway, they've dominated their opponents, North Summit has, and they since beating Rich, they've gone 4-0. They're winning by an average of 35, 37 points per game. North Summit is as close as unanimous can get in the RPI. They're almost a full percentage point ahead of number 2, Millard. And North Summit, in fact, another interesting note, if you look at or put any stock into the Max Preps overall rankings, North Summit is number 4 in all classifications in Utah. And Rich, the only team to give North Summit much of a challenge since they lost at Ridgeline, a 4A team, back in December. So that's the 1 loss for Rich, 2A's number 1 team. Now, in addition, in those last 12 games, the Rebels are outscoring opponents by 30, 57-27. 3 teams, only 3 of those opponents in 12 games have scored more than 30 points. One of those North Summit, the other 2, Little Snake River of Wyoming and Saratoga of Wyoming. And 4 times in the span of the last 12 games, the Rebels have held their opponents to 20 points or fewer. It's been an absolutely dominant 11 games out of the last 12 for the Rich Rebels, and Rich comes in on a 4-game winning streak. That's a little bit more on your, we'll call it the Christopher Staple family scene set as we get ready for tonight's game. We've got the Rebels and the Mustangs getting set to come out on the floor. We've got your starting lineups, and it looks like no national anthem for now. Maybe we'll get to that in a moment. So we'll jump into your starting lineups brought to you by the town of Woodruff, and we'll go with the visiting Rich Rebels first.
McKenna Stacy, Jr.
Sage Tingy, Jr.
Allie Valentine, senior.
Sydney Hatch, senior. JC Cornea, junior.
Your starting lineups are brought to you by the town of Woodruff. And they've shut the lights off, put on the spotlight to announce the starting lineups for the Manila Mustangs. I'll give you a little picture of what that looks like if you're tuned in online at mylocalradio.com as the Mustang starters come down through a line of cheerleaders. And those starters are junior Olivia Clegg, number 1, sophomore number 3, Cora Guyman, a freshman number 5, Kyra Koford, junior number 10, Cannell Browning, and sophomore number 45, Cheyenne Brown. Cannell Browning and Olivia Clegg, both juniors, lead the team in scoring at almost 10 points per game. Go back to that Rich Rebel
McKenna
starting.
Stacy, junior.
Right back that.
Sage Ting.
To that Rich Rebel starting lineups, and see McKenna Stacy at 18 points and 6 rebounds per game leads the team, but then it's not a big drop-off on rebounds with Sydney Hatch, J.C. Cornea, and Ellie Brown not in the starting lineup tonight, but she's at 4.5 rebounds per game. Rebels have been very good on the boards, especially since that loss against North Summit. So here we go. Here's your Saby Trucking opening tip-off. Sydney Hatch wins it back to Wallentine. Up ahead to Tingy, and we are underway. In your opening tip brought to you by Saby Trucking, Scott and Diana Saby. Just underway in this first quarter. Rebels with first possession. Rich in the road blues. Long backdoor pass over the top to Cornea on the left side. Back around. Stacy open 3 right wing. Looks on target but a bit short. Cornea pulls down the offensive board. Back up and in off the window. And Rich leads 2-0 on the station on main scoreboard. J.C. Cornea with the offensive rebound. There's one notch in the battle of winning the battle of the boards. Rebels already on top 1-0. Tingy deflects a pass out of bounds, and Clegg will set up to inbound again for Manila. 7:25 left in this first quarter, brought to you by the store in Evanston. The store, clothing and more in the Monkey Shines Laundromat on the north side of Evanston. They're open Fridays 1 to 6, Saturdays 10 to 4. Down in the right corner, Rebels pressure and force a turnover. Mustangs trying to get a pass out to that corner to Browning, and couldn't quite get that pass, I believe. So Rich inbound. Stacy and the Rebels attacking left to right on mylocalradio.com. Wallentine to Stacy. Swinging around the arc. JC on the left wing. Rebels go back around to the right wing. Stacy drives, floats off the window, a little off to the right, but Hatch there for the offensive board, misses that putback, tipped around, and J.C. Cornea comes up with another rebound. Wallentine out from the right wing, misses the 3. Tingy offensive board, blocked on the putback, and then Rich fouls Clegg as she heads up court. So the Rebels have started a bit cold shooting, but lead 2-0 on the station on main scoreboard. 6:49 left in the first quarter. Cannell Browning and the Mustangs in the home whites, red numbers, red and black trim down the side of the jersey. Cheyenne Brown on the left wing. Tingy comes in hot, tries to get the jump ball, but isn't able to wrap up Cheyenne Brown. Around to the right wing, and Olivia Clegg knocks down the three-pointer, back iron and in. 3-2, Mustangs lead on the station on main scoreboard. That's more than they did the last time these teams met. Stacy open 3 right wing, misses, follows her shot, gets her own rebound down on the right wing. It was too strong off the back iron. Wallentine for the triple, misses left side. Tingy offensive board, right side, misses the layup. And Brown with the rebound for Manila. So Rich continues to struggle. That's 3 shot attempts, 0 for 3 on that possession. Brown at the free throw line. Wallentine defending. Back out to Clegg. Open 3. Got it! Olivia Clegg knocks down another. And the Mustangs lead 6-2 on the station on main scoreboard. Last time these teams met, Manila had 3 points at the half. They've already doubled that. And we're only 2 minutes into the first quarter. Wallentine has it poked away by Browning. Out of bounds. Rebel basketball on this near sideline. 6-2 Mustangs lead on the station on main scoreboard. 5:41 left in the first. Inbound to Stacy, top of the key, fakes a shot, drives left into the defense, puts it up, gets it to go, plus the foul. She floated it in and swished it through. Count the basket, the foul. I believe Kyra Koford. Oh, no, Olivia Clegg picks up the personal foul. Stacy at the line, about a 74% free throw shooter. A lot of noise from that Manila Mustang sideline, but Stacy blocks it out mentally, hits the free throw, and we have an early candidate for the Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet play of the game. McKenna Stacy with the and one. Wallenstein reaches in, and she's whistled for the foul. Allie surprised to be whistled for that foul. She got all ball, it looked like, but impeded the progress of Cheyenne Brown, and I think that's where the foul came in. 5:28 left in the first. Rich trails 6-5. Clegg to inbound, and Tingy says she dropped it. That bounced inbounds. Clegg gives it back to the official and then gets the ball back to throw it in again. Long pass looking for Browning on the right sideline. Dangerous play. They were going for the home run, and Browning couldn't hang on to the pass. Out of bounds to the Rebels on that far sideline. If you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, that's the right side of the Manila Mustangs offense. Wallenstein up across the timeline. Again, Rich attacking left to right, trailing 6-5. Stacy tries to dribble. Browning tips it away. Stacy gets it back. Now it's a 5-on-4. McKenna finds Wallenstein in the left corner. 3, ball good. Swishes through. A-Wall with the triple. Puts Rich on top, 8-6. That's a T7 propane in Woodruff three-pointer for the Rebels. Clegg across the top. Stacy poked it away again after Clegg got it back. Stacy dives to the floor and comes up with the Rich County government steal. Up ahead to Cornea, down on the right baseline. One dribble, back outside. A-Wall, left wing. Stacy for 3. No, just short. Rebound out to Browning of Manila. 8-6, Rebels lead. On the Station on Main scoreboard, and Rich getting a little too feisty defensively. Tingy fouls Clegg. Sage picks up her first. Rebels with 2 team fouls. Make it 3 team fouls. That's Tingy's first. Clegg to inbound. Looking up top, still looking, goes to Brown. 4.5 left in their opening period. Rebels up by 2. Clegg on the left wing. Dribbles right, looking for the pick and roll. Not there. To Kofert. Back up top, Browning. Stacy defending. Good defense, stays right in front. Pass off to Brown. The ball on the floor. Browning comes up with it, and a referee's timeout as Cheyenne Brown is down and injured. Good recognition by the official to notice that Brown was not getting back up on her own. So we'll take a quick timeout for injury. We'll be right back with more of this first quarter. Or no, she's back up quickly, helped up to her feet. Not wanting to put much pressure or weight on her right leg. Talking with her coach, and boy, we'll hope that Cheyenne is all right. Quick substitution. They send in Aurora Draper, a sophomore, out onto the floor. And Manila will inbound from the far sideline. Draper receives the inbound, hands back to Clegg in the right corner. Again to Draper, right angle, takes the shot over the defense and misses short. J.C. Cornea with the Rebel rebound, already her third. Stacy pushing the tempo into the lane, sidesteps. Browning floats it up and gets it to go. Another and one opportunity for McKenna Stacy. And the Rebels have pushed the lead out 10-6. Rich on an 8-0 run. Stacy can make it 9-0 if she hits the Bear Lake Realty free throw. Bear Lake Realty. Visit bearlakerealty.com and work with the best. If you or anyone you know is looking for real estate in the Bear Lake area, visit bearlakerealty.com. Stacy hits the free throw. She has 6 points. That one just caught the rim a little bit and eased down in. Rich pressing, leading 11-6. Stacy defending on Clegg. Follows a screen around the right side. Rebels switch defensively. Cornea gets in, pokes it away out of bounds. Mustang basketball. They'll inbound from the baseline. Ellie Brown checks into the game. Hatch gets a breather. Wallenstein, Cornea, Stacy, Brown, and Tingy on the floor. Inbound, and Brown immediately makes her impact known, tips the ball away, and forces almost a turnover. Tingy dives to the floor as it was tipped around backcourt, but Clegg pulls it away from Tingy. Hands to Browning. Cannell runs through Stacy, steps back, hits the 3, and they count it. Cannell Browning with the 3, 11-9. Rebel lead drops to 2. Wallenstein on the right baseline, right corner. Gives out to Tingy. Bounce left side. Stacy looks inside, skips it across. Wallenstein dribbles right, then into the middle. Cornea right side. Through the defense, gets it to go, and was fouled. Another and one opportunity for J.C. Cornea this time. Cornea has 4 and can make that 5. JC this season, from the free throw line, 55%, but we've got a timeout first. 3:05 left in the first period. Mustangs hitting from outside, 3 triples already in the ball game. We'll be right back on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
J.C. Cornea at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, a chance for the and one. She hit the shot, was fouled by Cora Guyman, and heads to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Rattles, pops to the window, and bounces out. Offensive board, AWOL for Rich. Rebels really crashing the boards, and they've pulled down 5 or 6 offensive rebounds already. Wallenstein, left wing, around to Tingy, right wing, drives, runs into the defense, tries to hand to Cornea. Ball just tapped away. Browning heads to the other end and misses short. A 5-foot jumper in the lane. Air ball out of bounds to the Rebels. 13-9, Rich up by 4. Again, last time these teams met, Manila had 6 points at the end of the third quarter. They've already got 9, as Olivia Clegg has hit 2 threes and Cannell Browning has hit 1. Stacy drives, floats, rattles it in, and scores. McKenna has 8 points, 15-9. Rich leads by 6. In McKenna Stacy's career, that's 997 points. Needs 3 more to get to 1,000. Cornea reaches in, tips the ball away, chases it down for a Rich County government steal. Stacy bounces back to Wallenstein. AWOL left wing to Tingy, back to AWOL. Rebels working around the arc. 2-3 zone defense for Manila. Rebels exploit it. Left wing, Wallenstein for 3. Ooh, back iron just off the, just a little bit long. And Koford pulls down the rebound for Manila. Under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter, brought to you by the store, Clothing and More in Evanston. Wallenstein reaches in front, tips the ball away, across the lane. Stacy, free throw, or the shot, yes, no, she fouled. She traveled before the shot. So the Rebels take it away, then give it back on a traveling. 1:46 left in this first period, and Rich leads by 6. Browning gets away with, looked like a double dribble. I may have seen that wrong. No whistle, I probably did. Staple just checked in. Clegg up top, gives to Brown. Kendall tasked with staying close on Olivia. Down to the right side, and off the window, Cora Guyman gets one to go. Good passing. Rebels didn't stick with her. 15-11. Manila trails by 4. Staple, Stacy, left wing, McKee, TJ. Couple of dribbles, gives to Stacy. She'll skip it across, looking for Brown, and looked like it was deflected. No. Rebels turn it over for a 4th time. Rich playing a little bit just kind of out of sorts, out of the groove, forcing a little bit. And so far, honestly, not a great defensive start. Clegg on the right wing. Follows a screen, gets away with a carry. Staple pokes it away out of bounds. Mustang basketball. 60 seconds left in the opening period. Rebels with a few Bear Lake Physical Therapy points in the paint. Clegg inbounds, right corner. Browning defended well by McKee, gets away, follows a screen, pulls up from the right wing and misses over the top on a 3-point shot. Stacy with the Rebel rebound. Turns, runs up across the lane to TJ, back outside. Stacy fakes a shot, gives to Sydney Hatch, free throw line. Out to Staple, the left wing 3, just short off the iron. Clegg pulls down the board for Manila and turns to run. That's her 3rd rebound of the game. Olivia up the right sideline. 30 seconds left in the first period. Clegg finds a lane down to the baseline. Dishes off to Koford. Misses the shot. She was stuffed. Stacy pulls down the Rebel board. Up court, finds Hatch all alone out in front, and Sydney finishes on the right side. Nice fast break for the Rebels, who lead by 6, 17-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Brown on the right wing, picks up the dribble, up top to Clegg with 7-6. Browning left wing, follows a screen to her right, 3-2, pick and roll. Kofor down on the block, into the lane, shot up, blocked at the buzzer, and after a quarter, the Rebels lead 17-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard here on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on mylocalradio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
17-11. Mustangs led 6-2 early. They hit 3 threes in that first quarter, but they've turned it over a couple of times. There's another one. TJ pokes it away, goes the other, and misses the layup. Good defense by Olivia Clegg to contest, not foul. And then she pulls down the rebound. That's already, by my count, her fourth. Clegg on the right wing. Rebels in a man-to-man defense. Hatch gets switched out on Clegg after a screen. Cheyenne Brown dribbles around into the lane. Give off to Guyman, who puts it up and in. This Mustang team having a lot more success offensively than the last time these teams met. They finished that game with just 14 points. They've already got 13, and it's early in the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Rebels turn it over. A pass. Clegg gets her high, long hands or long arms in a passing lane, steals it. Left open, right wing, or right baseline three, goes over the top for an air ball. But the Mustangs have an offensive rebound. Kyra Kofor with her second board. Browning pulls up for another long two and misses short. Guyman can't save it, out of bounds to the Rebels. Tingy and Wallenstein check in. Brown, McKee, and Hatch also on the floor for Rich. Coach Tony Pendleton told me she thought her team would be better tonight than they were at Rich because of the emotion of homecoming week, the crowd, the excitement of the game. Wallenstein dribbles around, pulls up free throw line and hits. Back iron and down through. 19-13. Rebels up by 6 with 6:36 left to play in the the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Stacy's Repair, need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Clegg dribbles left, picks it up, steps back, three-pointer short, off the iron to the far corner, and out of bounds. Team rebound to Rich. Tingy will inbound to McKee. Brown, Clegg, Guyman, Browning, and Kofor on the floor for Manila. Tingy on it on the left wing. Free throw line. Hatch to Tingy, left angle, back outside. TJ thought about the three, passed it up, dishes off, gets it back. Again, thought about it, didn't shoot. Tingy bounces inside to Brown. Lost the handle in the lane, and Browning picks it up. That's 6 Rebel turnovers in this first quarter, or this first half. Browning hesitates, steps back, right angle three from the elbow, misses. Kofor the offensive board, and the Rebels trying to tie her up, do get the jump ball. Kofor with 3 rebounds in the game, 2 on the offensive glass. That is a Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. And the Rebels take over. Wallenstein to Tingy on the right wing. 2-3 zone defense from Manila. Rebels not having trouble scoring, having trouble really holding Manila down so far. Tingy on the left wing, which also has turned it over 6 times. Tingy, free throw line for Hatch through her hands and taken over by Browning. Cannell dribbles through the lane. Perfect defense by Tingy to stop that, block it, and come up with the ball. I don't know if you count that as a Rich County government steal, but great defense by TJ. Rich outside to Wallenstein. A-Wall left wing to Tingy. 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Each team has one bucket. TJ left side. Wallenstein thought about the three. Passed it up instead. TJ takes the three and knocks it down. Rattles home. TJ McKee with the T7 Propane and Woodruff three-pointer, and Rich leads 22-13 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Good ball movement and unselfish pass there by Wallenstein to get that extra pass that left TJ open for the triple. Clegg at the top of the key, hands off to Brown. Cheyenne travels. Yeah, she took too long to put that ball on the floor. And good to see her back out there. She went down injured earlier, but back out on the floor, so we'd like to see that. Stacy checks back in. Wallenstein, Cornea, Hatch, and Tingy also on the floor for Rich, leading 22-13 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Stacy, right wing, Wallenstein. Rebels work it quickly around the arc against the 2-3. Into Wallenstein, and in the lane, misses. Rebound tipped to Cheyenne Brown. She pulls it in, holds it. Rebels pressure and take it away. Wallenstein on the left wing. Dribbles back up to the top. Rebels have forced 8 turnovers. That's good. A little more than offset their own 7 turnovers. Tingy, left side, Wallenstein on the wing. Back up top. Rebels working around the arc. Again, Manila in a 2-3 zone, so Rich working it quickly around that arc. Rebels set it up to get Stacy open three, right wing, just off the back iron, too strong. Tingy with the offensive board for Rich. That's their first offensive rebound of this second quarter, and we're halfway through the period. Stacy on the right wing, fires left wing, skip across to Wallenstein. A-Wall, couple of dribbles, then left corner. Tingy bounces into the middle. Hatch, one dribble, turns. Clegg right there, but Hatch gets it over her outstretched arms, and Sydney hits the bucket. It rattled through to put Rich up 24-13 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 3.5 left in the Stacy's repair third quarter. Browning, nice stop, faked the pass and missed short. Stacy, rebound up ahead to Cornea, missed the layup. Tingy tips it away out of bounds to Manila. Rebels leading 24-13. Going to put on a little bit of pressure here. Stacy, man-to-man pressure, and Clegg beats that. Then runs into Cornea, and JC reaches in, taps the ball out, but also reached in for the foul. So JC will pick up, I think, her second, if I'm keeping track correctly. That's a 4th Rebel team foul. I'm not. That's just her first. So Cornea with 1 personal foul. Rebels with 4 team fouls. 3:03 left in the Stacy's repair second quarter. Olivia Clegg to inbound for Manila. Into the middle, Cheyenne Brown at the top of the key, but extended out near about that 10-foot line of the volleyball court. Brown dribbles left, dribbles right, still holding, and then finally gets off to Cannell Browning. Dribbles right, pick and roll with Guyman, up off the window and in. Cora Guyman with 6. She did not score the last time these teams met, and already has 6 in this game. Tingy drives through the lane, misses too strong off the window. Offensive board, J.C. Cornea back out to Stacy, and then to Wallenstein, left wing, three-pointer, too long. Hatch tips the rebound. It's on the floor. Brown chases it down, and Koford comes up with it for Manila. 24-15. Mustangs have already exceeded their scoring output from the last time these teams met. They only scored 14. Tingy goes for the steal. Couldn't get it away from Clegg. She'll give back to Brown. Cheyenne, couple of dribbles to her right, then to Browning. 2:06 left to play in the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Brown can't hang on to a pass, but somehow tracks it back down in the right corner. Guyman down on the right angle, just outside the block, gives to Clegg, dribbles off her own foot. Hatch goes to the floor, picks it up, and dishes off to Tingy before she rolls for the travel. So Rich comes up with a Rich County government steal. Wallenstein receives the pass across midcourt from Tingy, who gets hit from Guyman coming up court inadvertently. Rebels got it inside, then kicked it back out. Stacy, Wallenstein, left wing to Tingy. Rebels work it around. Stacy sets the screen, then gets the pass inside, turns, back out free throw line jumper. Hatch, back iron, nope. Cornea tracks down the Rebel rebound. Another offensive board for J.C. Cornea, already her 3rd offensive board of the contest. Tingy, left corner, Wallenstein for three. No. Stacy fights through the blocks out, pulls down the rebound, puts it back up and in. I've got Stacy with 6 boards, 10 points, and 1 point away from 1,000 points in her Rebel career. Tingy pokes it away from behind. Up ahead to Stacy. Missed the layup. Tingy slices in for the offensive board, and she's fouled on the floor. Sage Tingy with 4 offensive rebounds. And Rich will set up to inbound from the baseline. A Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. The foul, Olivia Clegg, her second. Kendall Staple checks into the game. Sage Tingy gets a breather. Cornea, Hatch, Stacy, Staple, and Wallenstein on the floor. Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play to Stacy. Back to Hatch, turns, shoots, shot blocked. Staple tips the rebound back to Hatch. She pulls in the board and then misses short, and Staple fouls Clegg on the rebound attempt. Good box out by Clegg, and Staple trying to go through her to get the board. 44.7 seconds left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter, and Coach Pendleton takes a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well here on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. Second quarter action, Rich up by 11.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care. Mustangs with 15 points. They only scored 14 the last time these teams met. But when Olivia Clegg hits 2 threes and Cannell Browning with 1 in the first quarter, and then Cora Guyman has 6 points in the ball game, that's going to help them stay in it. Down to 34 seconds left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Manila with the basketball. To Browning on the right wing. Cannell backs it out. Manila may be playing for a final shot here. Staple defending. Not close enough to get 5 seconds, but defending out high. Browning bounces left side to Draper. Bounce back up top. Browning with 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Guyman looks inside, nothing there. Then finds Koford on the baseline. She'll try to dribble through a double team and lost control, then inadvertently kicked it. So Manila turns it over, and Rich has a chance to score last. 4.2 left to play in this first half. Wallenstein rolls it. Stacy will let it roll to half court. Picks it up with 4, 3, 2. Looks at the clock. Shoots. She's fouled. Can't get it to go. Missed on the left side. They'll say the foul was on the floor. So with 0.7 to play, Rich will set up for a quick Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. Stacy into the middle. Hatch, quick shot. Oh, just missed it off the glass and off the iron and out. No good. So at the half, it's Rich leading by 11, 26-15 on the Station on Main scoreboard. This second quarter has been brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. We'll take a quick timeout, give you some highlights and stats of that first half right after this on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home home to the Rich Rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the Rich Rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
26-15 at the half. The Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. An 11-point lead. I mean, you can't complain about that. But last time these teams met at the half, Rich led 34-3. This is a different place to play. Tough spot. Good home court advantage for the Manila Mustangs, and they played well offensively, especially in that first quarter. 11 points in the first period. I'll get you more details. The Town of Randolph halftime highlights and stats here on the halftime show, right after this on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Part of the homecoming festivities here at Manila, they have the younger girls, elementary age, dance and cheer and do some fun things here at the half, where the Rebels lead 26-15 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Halftime highlights and stats presented by the Town of Randolph, Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. And Rich trailed early, 6-2. McKenna Stacy had 2 3-point plays in the first quarter. J.C. Cornea with 4 rebounds in that first half, 4 points. Stacy led the team with 10. Wallenstein had 5. And then Hatch and Cornea both 4 points. 3 points from T.J. McKee, hit that 3 in the second quarter. Mustangs got some threes early from Olivia Clegg. 2 threes in that first quarter. That put them up 6-2 early in that first period. Cannell Browning hit a 3 as well. That brought them to within 11-9. But Rich took the lead at 8-6 on Allie Wallenstein's 3-point shot. And so far, that's your Rolene Kennedy Auto Farm Chevrolet shot of the game. Rich leads by 11. Rebels have attempted 2 free throws, attempted 3. They've made 2. Mustangs have not yet attempted a free throw, and turnovers already an issue for both teams. Mustangs with 10 turnovers in that first half. Rich with 7. First half highlights and stats brought to you by the Town of Randolph. Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. Rebels not. If you're going to give them a grade on the Thompson Ranch keys of the game, number 1, execute. Number 2, stay sharp. Number 3, battle the boards. I think on 1 and 2, as far as execute and stay short, probably about a C-. Battle the boards, maybe a B+. They're doing a good job on the rebounds. They've gotten a lot of offensive boards. My unofficial tally, I've got Rich with 16 rebounds in the first half to Manila's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Rich winning the battle of the boards, but not dominating. And see what kind of adjustments they come out with in the second half. Again, when these teams met just about 2 weeks ago, the 24th of January, Rich won 52-14. Mustangs with 15 points in that first half. And looks like we'll take an extended halftime show for all the young dancers to perform here on homecoming at Manila. Ryan STEINECKERT here, and want to thank Gary McKee running our camera tonight. The camera is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Since we mentioned it, let's show you the graphic there and thank Bear Lake Realty. If you have, if you or someone you know is looking for beachfront or a room with a view, a secluded mountain retreat, recreation headquarters, any number of timeshare options, visit BearLakeRealty.com and work with the best. Or give Gary a call today at 435-946-8888. That's 435-946-8888 for Bear Lake Realty, the highest volume and most experienced realtor in the Bear Lake Valley. Again at the half, Rebels lead 26-15 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll have an extended halftime report. These first half highlights and stats presented by the Town of Randolph. Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. Let me mention something going on tomorrow in the Evanston area. The Arrowhead Family Medicine is sponsoring a live remote and an event tomorrow at the Gun Room and Superior Rental. And so during this week of love, you can show the important men in your life how much you love them, how much you care about them. This Saturday, tomorrow at the Gun Room, there's a free lunch from 11 to 1, and men can receive a free take-home colon cancer screening kit. Plus, they might even win a great door prize like a Ruger 1022 rifle, or they're also giving away a new recliner. So that's tomorrow at the Gun Room. Again, lunch is free from 11 to 1. And they'll be giving away some nice prizes. And that's going on tomorrow at the Gun Room and Superior Rental, sponsored by Arrowhead Family Dental. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with more of the halftime show here on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
In Rich County, we know that our children are our future. Helping our kids grow into kind, productive adults is a community effort. This is Rolene Kennedy, Auto Farm Chevrolet's Rich County representative, serving my neighbors for more than 20 years. My kids are Rich High School graduates. When you need a vehicle, come and see me, new or pre-owned. I'll always treat you with respect and honesty, the Rich County way. Auto Farm Chevrolet, we're a community-driven dealer. Go Rebels!
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by CAD Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at CAD Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
Go Rich Rebels!
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the third year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
At the half, 26-15, Rebels with the lead. McKenna Stacy, 10 points, 6 boards. Rebels have forced 10 turnovers. J.C. Cornea, 4 points and 4 rebounds, 3 of those on the offensive glass. But defensively, the Rebels haven't quite been quite on point. They've also, I feel like, settled for a lot of outside shots. And that's kind of what the 2-3 zone is designed to do, is to force a team to beat you from the outside. And Rebels just have not shot well from the outside. Stacy or Wallenstein has a 3 and McKee has a 3. But outside of that, the Rebels probably about 2 of 10 or 11 from three-point range. And I think there are 2 options really, I think, that consistently can beat a 2-3 zone. One is to hit from outside. That hasn't been working real well for Rich in the first half. Number 2 option is to penetrate or attack and dish, because especially in a 2-3 zone, players not assigned to a particular man. So if someone is able to attack and penetrate, then help defense comes, and that leaves other players open. So I think a halftime adjustment, if I was coaching, I would have told the girls, hey, ladies, let's stop settling for as many outside shots. Let's attack. Let's try to penetrate, get some inside penetration, a few more opportunities to score Bear Lake Physical Therapy points in the paint, and work inside out. If we get that inside game going, that'll open things up more from the outside. But a bigger key, I think, for Rich will be better defense. They're playing a little bit chaotic, maybe a little flat-footed perhaps, but they've got to be better defensively, especially. Cora Guyman had 6 points in that first half. She averages 1.3 per game. So that tells you how good of a first half she had. And then Olivia Clegg and Cannell Browning with a combined 3 3-pointers in the contest. And I tell you, this Manila team, I mean, Rich is won 52-14 the last time these teams met. Rich, on paper, definitely the better team. But as I mentioned in the pregame show during our Thompson Ranch Keys of the Game, if the Rebels slept on this team, didn't execute, didn't stay sharp, didn't win the battle of the boards, and among other things, this Mustang team could hang in there and maybe have a chance to win. So we'll see how things get going in the second half. I believe Manila will have the basketball to start third quarter action, brought to you by Epic Recreation. For all your rentals in Bear Lake, visit epicrecreation.net. You can call 435-946-EPIC or find them on Facebook. Timeouts in the game are brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1997. Again, our camera presented by Bear Lake Realty and also run by Bear Lake Realty. Gary McKee. Thanks, Gary. Olivia Clegg inbounds to Cheyenne Brown. She went down in the first quarter with some kind of injury or owie, I guess you might say. She's back in there, and we'd like to see that. Happy to see her back in there. Browning looking to give to Clegg. Ball tipped away. Tingy got those long fingers in there and deflected it out. Rebels come up with a Rich County government steal. Stacy open from the left side. Drives, attacks, lays it up and in. And McKenna has 12 points. That puts her over 1,000 points in her Rebel career. She's at 1,001 with that bucket. Congratulations to McKenna Stacy on 1,000 points. She's a junior. Still the state tournament this year and all of her senior year to go. And already at 1,000 points. Quite a milestone. And I think most impressive for her is she probably doesn't even realize it right now. She's at 1,000 points. She's a team player. She goes, I don't care. If we win, I could score 3 points. I don't care as long as the team wins. Left corner, Browning with it. Couple of dribbles up away from the D, around the arc. Rebels in a man-to-man. Cornea defending out high on the right wing. Andrea Lucio dribbles to the free throw line. Rebels switch on the defense, and Lucio gives back up top to Browning. Lucio's big brother, Jordan, will be out on the floor in a few minutes in the boys' game. Tingy reads a passing lane, steps in, and comes up with a steal. Rich County government steal for Sage Tingy. Rebels with a championship cause. 28-15, Rebels lead. Stacy at the top of the key. 2-3 zone for Manila. Tingy, free throw line to Hatch. Sydney turns, left corner. Wallenstein drifted out there to get open. Fires from three and misses. Tingy the rebound, fighting with Guyman, and a jump ball. We'll give it to Rich on the possession arrow. Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Stacy to inbound on the Crawford Trough inbound play. Finds Hatch, left block, and Sydney puts it up and in off the window. Pretty inbound play and perfect timing. That's a candidate for the McKay Franken Dental Services precision play of the game on the inbound. Around to the right. Clegg dishes off. Koford misses over the top. Tingy with the Rebel rebound, rips it away from Clegg. And I've got Sage with 6 rebounds, no points, but 6 boards. Rebels go inside. Cornea misses. Clegg and Tingy fighting for it again, and this time Clegg wins that battle. Olivia with 5 rebounds in the game by my tally. Browning hounded by Stacy to the free throw line. Maintains possession and gives to Clegg. Olivia picks up the dribble on the right wing, up top to Lucio. Andrea left wing to Browning. Follows a screen to her right, pulls up from 3 and misses short and to the left. Cornea chases down the Rebel rebound in the corner. McKenna sees a lane, pushes forward, dishes off. Sydney Hatch from the left block, up and in with a swish, 32-15. Nice fast break for the Rebels. And the bucket. Rich has extended its lead, was 11 at the break, and 2.5 minutes into the Epic Recreation third quarter. Lucio left open, hits from the free throw line. So that dips the Rebel lead back to 15 points. Yeah, 32-17 on the Station on Main scoreboard. It was up to 17 points. Stacy at the top of the key, left wing to Tingy. Rebels work it back around the arc. Cornea right wing inside. Tingy dribbles through the D. Clegg blocks the shot. Hatch recovers it for Rich. Stacy on the left wing, back up top. Rebels around to Cornea, right wing 3. JC knocks it down, back iron and in. JC Cornea with the T7 propane and Woodruff three-point basket makes it 35-17. Cornea this season from three-point range, actually 2 of 5 total. That's 40%. That's pretty good. Limited sample size, but percentage is up there. Browning follows a screen by Guyman, pick and roll, but Rebels defend it well. Browning couldn't find Guyman open. Browning holding in a 5-second violation? No. Coach Pendleton gets a timeout just before the 5-second turnover. 4:23 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. We'll take a quick comprehensive family dental timeout on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
4:23 left, Epic Recreation third quarter. That timeout brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl has offices in Randolph and in Hiram, Utah, by Logan for your convenience, offering quality family dentistry since 1997. Inbound to Lucio. Mustangs almost gave it away, but were able to get the timeout just before the turnover. Guyman at the free throw line, angle right. Bounces inside, Koford turns, shoots, back iron, Clunk, and Brown with the Rebel rebound. She went up high to get that board. I got that as Brown's first. Wallenstein on the left wing. Up top to Ellie. Back to Stacy, left wing, and she'll dribble back up to the top and reset the offense. Tingy to Stacy, back left wing, Wallenstein. Rich looking around. Wallenstein drives right side. Stacy fakes the 3, drives up off the window and in. Got it, kissed it off the glass from the right angle, 37-17. That's what I'm talking about right there. At halftime, some concentration, some focus on, hey, guys, gals, let's not settle for the outside shot. And Stacy didn't there. She attacked, drove, got the higher percentage shot, and banked it in. 20-point Rebel lead. Browning, right wing, launches the 3, misses off the window. Stacy tips the rebound to herself, out on the right side, pushes down the right sideline, Euro step past the D, up off the window and in. Stacy with 16, 39-17, Rebels lead. McKenna with the defensive rebound, and she goes coast to coast. Deflects a pass and comes up with the Rich County government steal. That pass from Browning intended for Guyman. Stacy, meanwhile, looks up court and finds Sydney Hatch for the easy 2. Sydney with 10, and Rich leads 41-17. Rebels have outscored Manila 15-2 so far in this Epic Recreation third quarter. Part of that is turnovers. I've got Manila with 4, Rich with none. And the free throw line, Hatch reaches across Guyman and commits the foul. So Sydney with her first personal foul. And Sydney Hatch, I believe, ties her career high. She had 10 points against Bear Lake a couple months ago, December of 2018, and Hatch has 10 tonight at Manila. Inbound play, Andrea Lucio. Clegg goes for the reverse, misses. 2 Rebels fight for the board, and Ellie Brown comes away with it. One dribble away from Clegg's pressure, up to TJ. Staple inside, Hatch up with the left, and got it. Sydney Hatch with a career high, 12 points, and Rich leads 43-17. Great ball movement from Brown to Hatch to Staple, or from Brown to McKee to Staple to Hatch for the bucket on the fast break. McKee gets 2 hands on the back of Browning and picks up her first personal foul. 43-17. Rebels have outscored Manila 17-2 in this third quarter. Annie Peart checks into the game. Sydney Hatch checks out with a career-high 12 tonight. 2:20 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Cheyenne Brown checks in as well for Manila. You've also got Aurora Draper, Andrea Lucio, Cannell Browning, and Olivia Clegg on the floor. Mustangs, a 5-second violation. They didn't get it in on time. 5 turnovers in the quarter. Good Rebel defense. And Rich takes over. Tingy, McKee, Brown, Staple, and Peart on the floor. Annie just checked into the ball game. Annie Peart did. Tingy starts a drive, then bounces free throw line. Brown back outside. TJ thinks about the 3, instead bounces right angle. Tingy the long 2, misses. Brown offensive board, put back, fouled by Lucio. And Ellie Brown will go to the line for 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws. But that is Brown's 3rd rebound of the game. And we've had limited free throws tonight. Manila has not attempted 1. The Rebels have attempted 3. Brown attempts number 4 and knocks it down, back iron and in. Ellie Brown this season at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. That's her 20th attempt. She's hit half of those, 50% free throw shooter. Second free throw for Brown. Back iron, rattles around to the front iron, to the back again, and then bounces a couple of times and drops through the cylinder. It's good, 45-17. Brown goes 2 for 2 at the Bear Lake Realty charity stripe. Almost comes up with a steal, does Brown, as she stepped into the passing lane. Brown looking for, or Cannell Browning looking for Andrea Lucio, but Brown just couldn't hold on to it, tipped it away out of bounds. Manila basketball with Rich leading 45-17. Just under 2 minutes to go in the Epic Recreation third. Into Brown. That's Cheyenne Brown, defended by Annie Peart. Cheyenne picks up the dribble. She's in some trouble. Rebels defending 3, 4, 5 seconds, and the Mustangs turn it over. A second consecutive possession, a second consecutive 5-second violation. This time with the ball in play. The last time it was out of bounds. Coach Pendleton talking with the official. Not happy. Obviously not happy with this third quarter. The Mustangs had climbed to within 11, and Rich has pushed that out to a 28-point lead. Or a 23-point lead, rather. Turnovers piling up for Manila. Smith into the game. She dishes off. Staple in the lane. Misses. And the rebound tipped out. Peart off to McKee. Back outside. Ellie Brown pulls up from the free throw line. Misses too strong. And Lucio pulls down the Mustang rebound. Cheyenne Brown on the right wing to Lucio in the corner. Inside looking for Clegg. And Brown bumped her from behind. Ellie will pick up, I believe that's her first. Indeed, Rebel third team foul. Rich has outscored Manila 19-2 in the Epic Recreation third quarter. J.C. Cornea to check back in. Ellie Brown heads for the bench. 2 points, 3 rebounds, all here in this third quarter. Had a steal, I think, in the first quarter, if I remember right. Cheyenne Brown looking in, goes to Lucio. Andrea pulls up right angle, misses over the top, but the rebound off the glass, and Olivia Clegg pulls it in for the Mustangs. Clegg with 6 boards, 6 points. Hasn't scored since 2 threes in the first quarter. Lucio looking to get it in, and Smith tips it. Peart tipped it back out, and Mackenzie Smith comes up with the Rich County government steal. Under a minute to play, third quarter. McKee left wing to Staple. Looks up top. TJ drives through the D, into the lane, dish off, right baseline. Cornea too strong on the 10-footer from the right baseline, and Draper pulls down the rebound for Manila. Mustangs may have the final chance to score in this epic recreation third quarter. Invite you to stay tuned. Peart steps in front and tips the ball away from Cheyenne Brown out of bounds. Manila basketball. Invite you to stay tuned. Rebel boys take on Manila tonight. Rebel boys a 57-30 win last night over Mount Vernon. It was a solid, dominant performance for the boys. They could have pushed that game further, but they took it easy in the fourth quarter as they had built a pretty big lead. Playing well, getting better, and we'll see what they can do. They lost to Manila a couple weeks ago, 63-50, a pretty close game. See what Rich can do tonight against the number 2 in the RPI Mustangs. Clegg looking to inbound, still looking, throws in. Cornea tips it, but Draper's right there for Manila. Dribbles to her left and gives back to Browning. Cannell, right side, tries to pass in the middle. Kendall Staple deflects it, and J.C. Cornea comes up with it. A Rich County government steal, 8th turnover of the quarter for Manila. Rebels have ratcheted up the pressure here in this epic recreation third quarter. Cornea left wing to TJ with 10, 9, 8. Up top to Cornea again, right side. Smith thinks about the shot. Dribbles down to the corner. Looks back for Peart with 2, 1. Smith. Here's the crowd shout, shoot it. Looks at the buzzer, looks at the hoop, and runs out of time. 45-17 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels outscored the Mustangs 19-2 in the epic recreation third period on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
45-17, Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard as fourth quarter action gets underway, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. McKee, Staple, Cornea, Peart, and Smith on the floor for Rich. A younger lineup out there. Staple a senior, and then Cornea a junior. McKee, Peart, and Smith all sophomores. Of course, that's about what the lineup is for Manila as Draper fires away from the left angle, misses, and Staple pulls the rebound away for Rich. Kendall dribbles up court and double dribbled. First turnover of the second half for the Rebels. 7:34 left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. And the Rebel lineup just got a little bit younger as Cornea checks out. Brittany Lamborn into the game. This Rebel JV team, which is essentially what you've got out there except for Kendall Staple, played a half against Manila a couple weeks ago and won 26-0. Down in the right corner, Rebel JV team is very good this season. Just 1 or 2 losses all year. They even beat the North Summit girls JV team. Mackenzie Smith steps in front, tips the ball away. Rich County government steal, goes to the other end, up with the left hand, rattles around and pops out. Aurora Draper tips the rebound out toward the top of the floor to the midcourt. Staple dives forward, deflected out, and Rich comes up with it. Good hustle from both teams. Draper diving to the floor, sacrificing her body, but Rich comes up with the rebound. Offensive board into Lamborn, wraps her pass around, but traveled as she had to hesitate to get that pass in there. And the Rebels turn it over for a second time in the quarter. Kendall Staple Off to the sideline as Taylor Cornea checks into the game for Rich, and Coach Lamborn empties the bench. Coach Lundgren, excuse me. Lucio, right corner to Kofert, bounces inside. Clegg posted up, fouled from behind. Taylor Cornea picks up her first. 45-17, Rebels lead. It was a 11-point game at the half, but Rich outscored Manila 19-2 in the third quarter to push that out to almost a 30-point game. It was a 28-point lead. That's the biggest it's been, and that's where we're at now. It's 45-17. Clegg tries to cut into that lead with a three. She misses short from the left wing, and it bounces out of bounds to Rich. 6:32 left to play. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Rebels with bunches of Rich County government steals in the game. Just a few T7 Propane and Woodruff three-pointers. They go right wing. Taylor Cornea high off the glass. Misses Peart. Offensive rebound for Rich. Misses with the left hand. And Clegg pulls down the rebound for Manila. Her 7th rebound of the game. Clegg up to the right wing. Gives to Browning. Down on the out high, near to the center timeline. McKee defending. Rebels will send some of the starters. Looks like all 5. A line change coming back in a moment. More than anything, this is Coach Lundgren trying to make sure his team is still in peak conditioning for state tournament time. Browning just misses off the window. It rattles around, and Cornea has the Rebel rebound. That was a long 2 for Browning. Rebels up court, meanwhile. Turn it over for a 3rd time in the quarter. There's 3 or 4 possessions in the period, 3 turnovers for Rich. Into the game, Stacy, Wallenstein, Tingy, Hatch, and Cornea. 5:40 left to play. Last regular season game of 2020 for the Rich girls. Manila will take on Mountain View tomorrow here at Manila. They'll host the Buffaloes. Clegg receives it down on the block, turns, shoots, misses, fouled. And J.C. Cornea, no, Sydney Hatch picks up her 3rd. That'll send Clegg to the free throw line. First free throws of the game for Manila. And Clegg can't get the first to go. Rims around and out. What are we at? 5:32 left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital 4th quarter. And this is Manila's first trip to the free throw line. Clegg can't get the second one to go either. That one rims around and out. And Sydney Hatch pulls in the Rebel rebound. 45-17, Rebels lead. Mustangs haven't scored since Andrea Lucio hit a long 2 from just outside the free throw line early in the 3rd. Hatch, right side, Tingy drives, baseline up, missed, but she was fouled. And I think it's Lucio who committed the foul. So Tingy goes to the line. Rebels haven't attempted a bunch of Bear Lake Realty free throws. The Rebels varsity gets about a minute on the court, and we got another full line change as Tingy misses the first. Sage hasn't scored yet tonight, but 3 or 4 steals, 5, 6, maybe 7 rebounds. And Rebels, everybody subs out. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, one more waiting to come in. If Tingy hits this free throw, she does not. Smith pulls down the offensive board for Rich, kicks it back outside. Maybe Sage says, I don't want to come out yet. She wants a couple more minutes to play, maybe. Missed those free throws. Pass inside, deflected away. Rebels have had 5 possessions, and they've turned it over 4 times in this 4th quarter. That's not a huge concern because of what the score is at, 45-17 Rebels. Clegg down inside, turns, sky hook up with the right and in. Clegg hit 2 threes in the first quarter, had not scored until that bucket since that first quarter. 45-19, Rebels with the lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. A 26-point Rebel lead. Tingy, right side, out to Lutz, right corner 3. Ooh, just off, but Mackenzie Smith, the offensive board, misses the putback. Tingy wraps up with Olivia Clegg on the rebound and forces the Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball. Tingy checks out. McKee back into the ball game. And Rich sets up for the Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. 4:22 left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital 4th quarter. Wow. Cornea into Smith. She had to seal her defender out. Mackenzie does the rest from the left block. 47-19. Rebels lead. on the Station on Main scoreboard. Guyman out on the right wing. Couple of dribbles, then throws it back court. Was it deflected? A good thing it was for Manila because TJ just stole the ball from Clegg as the whistle sounded. So Manila turns it over, 20th turnover of the game. You got Ambria Lutz, TJ McKee, Maddie Weston, Mackenzie Smith, and Taylor Cornea in there for Rich, attacking right to left in the second half. Well, just past the midway point of third quarter action, Lutz fires away from the left wing, off the back iron. She follows her own shot and gets the rebound, and Browning gets a hand on the ball. Jump ball called. Possession arrow. Manila Mustangs. Annie Peart, Brittany Lamborn check into the ball game. Lutz, Weston, and Cornea still out there. That's Taylor Cornea. Left wing, Andrea Lucio. Down to Guyman in the left baseline. Inside, Clegg turns, shoots, and Lamborn fouled her. So Brittany picks up her first, and Clegg will go back to the free throw line where she's 0 for 2. 3:32 left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Let's go on ahead and mention some items. The LSR refrigerated adjustment of the game brought to you by Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family. Wishing the Rebels good luck. That's LSR refrigerated in Garden City. Clegg swishes the first free throw through. Rebels' adjustment came at halftime. They stopped settling for as many outside shots. They started attacking the hoop, and that paid off big time. In the third quarter, they outscored Manila 19-2. Clegg hits the second free throw as well. That's your LSR refrigerated adjustment of the game. The Rebels just changing mentality, attacking instead of settling for the outside shots. Weston with it on the left wing. LSR refrigerated in Garden City. The Wallentines wish the Rebels good luck. Peart at the free throw line, gives it to Lamborn. Back to Peart, right block, one dribble, up and in. No glass needed. Peart puts it up over the rim and down through. 49-21. Rebels with the big lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. That's a 28-point lead. Guyman in the right corner. It was an 11-point contest to start third quarter action. The Rebels have dominated so far here in this second half. Really, that 19-2 run in the third quarter has made all the difference. Inbound to Browning. Lutz defending tight, trying to get a steal. Browning pulls up just outside the free throw line, misses off the window. Cornea the rebound, she's off to the races. Manila gets 3 defenders back, and Taylor wisely slows it down, pulls it out. Out to Mad Dog, Maddie Weston. Rebels working around the arc. Lutz on the right wing, finds the lane, drives, floats up off the window, a little too strong. Rebound, Annie Peart misses, but she gets her own rebound. Dribbles out, then back in, then kicks it out. Lutz for 3, top of the key, off the heel of the basket. Rebound tipped around, it's on the floor, and Peart pulls it away for Rich. Annie Peart, 2 offensive rebounds on this possession, 3 offensive boards in the game. Lamborn, right wing, fires into Peart. Annie kicks it back outside. 2:12 left to play. Maddie Weston, left wing, got it, long 2. Weston knocks it down off the front iron and in. 51-21, puts Rich up by 30. Biggest lead of the ball game for the Rebels. Guyman looking to get it in. Mustangs really focusing on finding Clegg down in the post. She dribbles out toward the right corner. Draper right to baseline. Long 2, high arcing shot. Aurora Draper finds the bottom of the net. 51-23. Mustangs not ready for this game to be over and want to score some final points. Cornea, right side, gives to Lutz on the right wing. Back to Korn. Around to Weston, into the paint. Peart splits the defenders. She's tripped up, ends up on the floor, misses the shot. But Annie Peart will shoot 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws. The foul, Olivia Clegg with her 3rd personal. This will be just the Rebels' 8th and 9th free throw attempts of the game. Peart misses off the back iron. Annie this season has attempted, that's 5 free throws in varsity action. She's hit 2 of them, so she can get back to 50% if she hits this second one. McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game tonight. That's that inbound play from McKenna Stacy to Sydney Hatch early in the third quarter. Peart does hit the free throw, back iron and in. Annie has 3 points in the ball game. Makes it 52-23, a 29-point Rebel lead with just over a minute to play in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. We'll have a quick post-game show, and then we'll jump into the Rebel boys Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show. McKee, the steal to the other end. Browning blocks the shot, but comes down with the basketball out of bounds. So give TJ the Rich County government steal, and she'll inbound. The Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. Looking for some Bear Lake physical therapy points in the paint. Nope, right corner. TJ passes up what would have been an open look and just dribbles back out to the top of the key to eat up some clock. Lamborn right wing, back up to McKee. Around to Smith on the left wing. Couple of dribbles. Lamborn right side. Hesitates, drives, misses too strong off the window. Rebound out. Peart, her 4th offensive board of the game. Off to Smith. Left angle, 8-footer. Knocks it down. McKenzie with 4 points in the game. 54-23, a 31-point Rebel lead. Clegg dribbles to her right with 30 seconds to play. Lamborn. Did they call that an offensive foul? They did. A moving screen. That's why Lamborn ended up on the floor. Cora Guyman, an illegal screen, gives the ball to Rich. We'll give that another turnover for Manila. I've got them at 23 turnovers in the game. Over the final 27.3 seconds in this Bear Lake Memorial Hospital 4th quarter. McKee, long pass up across the timeline to Lamborn as Draper pressures the ball. Manila giving a final effort for these few seconds as we close out the game. Smith dribbles to her right, gives off to Lamborn. Brittany weaves through some traffic, gives back to McKee. And the Rebels just trying to burn off these final few seconds. TJ picks it up, holds, avoids the travel as Draper bumps her trying to get to the ball. And the Rebels win 54-23. Rich with the same offensive output as the last time these teams met, just about. They scored 52 against Manila on January 24th, allowed 14 in that one. They allow 23 tonight at Manila. Monster second half, especially third quarter for Rich, outscoring Manila 19-2 in that third period. Again, a final 54-23 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll have some final stats and highlights in just a minute on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the 3rd year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Back at Manila High School, where we're 15 and a half minutes away from boys action getting underway. The Rebel girls with a 54-23 win over Manila. Rebels allowed 15 first-half points to the Mustangs and held Manila to just 8 in the second half, including just 2 in the third quarter. Let's jump through real quick the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. 113 Front Street in Evanston. That's Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meet. And, again, Manila jumped out to a 6-2 lead, and Rich struggled a bit defensively in the first half. Cannell Browning hit a 3, and Olivia Clegg hit 2 triples in that first quarter. But Rich came back. They pulled things together, took a lead on Allie Wallentine's three-pointer in the first quarter. McKenna Stacy had 2 3-point plays of the and-one fashion, finished with 16 points, surpassed the 1,000-point mark in her career. 9 different Rebels scored. Rich outscored Manila 19-2 in the third and won 54-23 on the station on main scoreboard. A dominant win for the Rebel girls to close out regular season play, and that's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, 113 Front Street in Evanston. Again, we're going to burn through some quick housekeeping items here in the postgame show. Rolene Kennedy's Auto Farm Chevrolet shot of the game, Allie Wallentine's 3. Early in the first quarter, Rich was down 6-5. Wallentine hit the 3. They went up 8-6 at that point and never trailed again. Manila got to within 2 a little bit later, but Rich, after that 3-point shot by Wallentine, went down and put Rich up 8-6. The Rebels did not trail after that, so that's your Rolene Kennedy shot of the game. Rolene Kennedy play of the game, McKenna Stacy to Sydney Hatch on an inbound play early in the third quarter. Rich was up 28-15. The ball was out of bounds. I think it was on a jump ball, and Stacy looked to her left and looked back right as Hatch got freed up underneath on the block. Quick inbound pass, so just a 2 or 3 foot toss to Hatch, who put it up in and off the window. Sydney Hatch finished with a career-high 12 points tonight, 3 rebounds, and the McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. Brought to you by McKay Frankham Dental Services. All right, back to the Rolene Kennedy Auto Farm Chevrolet play of the game. And that goes to McKenna Stacy, who had 2 and 1s in the first quarter, hit both free throws and to convert and finish on those and 1 opportunities. McKenna had 8 points in the first, 16 total in the ball game, and gets the Rolene Kennedy play of the game. And finally, again, real quickly, your LSR refrigerated adjustment of the game. That came at the half. Rebels were settling in the first half for a lot of outside shots. Third quarter, they pulled things together, organized themselves a little better on defense, and attacked the hoop a lot more. And that translated into from 9 points in the second quarter to 19 points in the third quarter. And again, they held Manila to just 2 points in that third period. So Rich with the win. Again, that's the LSR refrigerated adjustment of the game. The Rebels attacking more in that third quarter. LSR refrigerated. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family wishing the Rebels good luck. All right, stay tuned. That's going to do it for our Rebel Girls post-game show. We'll take a very brief break, and we'll begin your Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show of the boys contest right after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Welcome back to the Rebel Boys game at Manila High School. Sometimes when we switch over from the boys game to the girls game, we get a little bit of a break in camera. There we go. We got that thing going again as you tune into the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show of Rebel basketball. And let's jump right into your scene set. Brought to you by J-Bar Excavation, with the team, the tools, and the experience for your excavation project. Rebels come in on the latest RPI, and again, they took that RPI down Tuesday evening at some point, between Tuesday evening and Wednesday morning. And on that last, I printed it off on Tuesday afternoon because I figured it would be taken down soon. And on that last RPI that was there, Rich was number 15, Manila number 2. Rebels scoring 46, allowing 58. Mustangs scoring 58 and allowing 47. Rebels are 4-15 overall. The Mustangs 13-5 overall, and 4-1 in Region 22 play. The Mustangs' last loss just last week at ICS, 59-39. We'll hear a little bit more about that from Coach Michael Hughes, the coach of the Manila Mustangs, in the pregame show. But first, let's take a quick look at a couple of quick notes. Now, the Rebels are coming off a win last night, 57-30 over the Mount Vernon Patriots. And I want to take a look at, if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, you see on the note section there on the bottom of your J-Bar Excavation scene set screen, the Rebels minus 17.5. What that refers to is in wins, the Rebels this year are scoring 60 points a game. In losses, they're scoring 42 points a game. So that's a difference of almost 18 points a game. When the Rebels win, they're scoring close to 60. When they lose, they're at about 42. Plus 13.4. When they win, they're allowing 47 points. When they lose, they're allowing 61. So, Rich, there's a big contrast. In fact, if you add those together, that's a 31-point difference on average from when Rich loses to when Rich wins. Those 4 wins, they're scoring 60 and allowing 47 in loss. So that's a key number right there for Rich tonight. If they can hold Manila around that 45 to 50-point mark, they should have a good shot to win tonight. But they've also got to score above about 50. Obviously, you hold Manila to below 50 and you score 50, you're going to win tonight. But that's a key right there is when Rich wins, they're scoring about 60. When they lose, they're scoring about 32. So those are those numbers there. For Manila, it's similar numbers. When they score 50-plus, they are 11-1. That's a key number. So for Rich, you've got to keep Manila under 50 because when the Mustangs score more than 50, they've only lost one time this season. Now, the Mustangs, they're in wins, they're scoring 66. In losses, they're scoring just 55. That's a 21-point difference. And there's also a 10-point difference of when they win, they allow 46. When they lose, they've allowed 56. So those are key numbers for these teams tonight and will be a telling story. If Manila scores 50-plus, they'll probably win. If Rich can score or can hold Manila under 50, the Rebels should have a good chance tonight. All right, that's your J-Bar Excavation scene set. We got to move along in our pregame coverage. No standout student in this one. We'll hear from each of the coaches on the T7 Propane and Woodruff Coaches Show right after this on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. Every excavation project requires the professionals, the equipment, and the strategy to get the job done right. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to execute every phase of your project to create exactly what you're looking for. They have the machinery and the experience to provide quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call them today, 435-793-5855. J-Bar Excavation, 90 North Main, Randolph. With Mike Hughes of the Manila Mustangs. Coach, thanks for your time. You guys are 8 of your last 9 victorious, but a loss out at ICS. Tell me about that game a little bit.
Yeah, we started off good against ICS. I think the game plan that we had coming in came together pretty well, but their role players hit a lot of shots, and then we went pretty cold in the second half.
Other than that second half against ICS, you feel like the team is playing well? Have you had some good competition to win those 8 and 9?
Yeah, I think most of those games in those 9 were against some pretty good competition. Between Wendover, ICS the first time, a couple Wyoming teams we've played, I feel like we've been playing really good competition. You always hope you can be playing better, but I feel pretty good with where we're at right now.
When you won at Rich, a 13-point victory, how'd you feel about the way your guys played there?
Well, I thought we played a good first half, and maybe getting up early just made us a little bit lackadaisical or lose some urgency. Rich outscored us in the third and fourth quarter up there, so I didn't feel great after the win up there because if it wasn't for the big showing in the first and second, we'd got beat.
Do you have concerns about homecoming week, the high emotion, maybe kids aren't sleeping as much because they're quote-unquote partying, having fun, and unfocused maybe?
Right. We always have an inside joke here amongst the faculty and coaches that we hate homecoming week for that very reason because there's a whole lot of hoopla going around about everything except for playing basketball.
So your keys tonight against Rich?
I think we're going to have to hold them for sure. They've done a great job scoring the ball better in the last 10 games than what they did at the start of the year. So defensively, try to hold them in the 40s, and then offensively, hit some shots.
Coach, anything else?
Nope. Thank you for doing this.
Mike Hughes of the Manila Mustangs. Thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck tonight and tomorrow with Mountain View.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much, Coach Hughes. This is the Coaches Show brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff for all your propane needs, 435-793-4208. We'll hear from Coach Ashley Brown right after this on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
T7 Propane in Woodruff, Utah is your propane supplier. You get reliable, safe, and professional propane service. And that's not all. T7 Propane offers years of expertise, quality product, and the most responsive propane service in the area. For home or other heating needs, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for professional or business propane needs. Call 435-793-4208. That's 435-793-4208.
With Ashley Brown of the Rich Rebels, Coach, a dominant win last night over Mount Vernon.
Yeah, I was pleased with our kids' effort. We started a little slow, but I thought we played great defense, and we held them. I think 4 kids scored, and the one kid got 10 points. But I was very pleased with the kids. They played well, and we needed to win.
Offensively, it took you a little while to get going, but once you did, you kind of poured it on.
Yeah, I think the key yesterday was getting the ball inside, and we did a few times, and it opened up the outside, and we made some three-pointers, and then we got rolling, and it helped us defensively and on offense as well.
How much tougher will that be to go inside out tonight against Manila?
Manila is a much better team, so we're going to have a harder time getting the ball inside, but we still need to try. We need to make sure that we play inside out, and we got to make sure we defend tonight, and we got to make sure that we rebound.
You lost to them by 13 at your place. How much tougher is it to play here at Manila?
It's always good to have home court advantage. They're hard to beat here, and, we're going to have to make sure we do things right. We're going to have to play hard. We're going to have to take care of the basketball, and I think the biggest key is rebounding.
Coach, this may be a team you see at the state tournament, the way the bracket looked before they took the RPI down. What's so tough about this year's Manila Mustangs?
They're just very confident. They've got lots of game experience. They got athletic kids. They shoot the ball well. They can play inside. So they're just a very good, rounded team.
Anything else, Coach?
I don't think so.
Ashley Brown of the Rich Rebels, thanks for your time. Good luck with Manila.
Okay, thank you.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston. 2 of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to tax, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Back on the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show, Rebel girls with a dominant win, 54-23 over Manila. And the Rebel boys on the court warming up. This is the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show. This tax season, don't just trust anybody. Don't trust yourself on your taxes. My dad just told me that he was worried about getting audited. Maybe he jokingly said, I might go to jail. I had to get an accountant. And if you're looking for an accountant, Gary H. Tusher CPA, they're committed to helping you achieve the highest return on your investment. Well, I don't know what just happened. Our internet just died on us. I think we got it back going again. So let's jump back into your Thompson Ranch keys of the game. Number 1, play inside out. 2, the golden rule, treat the rock like gold. Got to take care of that Laketown ledger. Good luck to the Rebels from Mayor and Town Council of Laketown. As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Very nice. A national anthem sung by a couple of young gals, the Browning sisters here at Manila High School. It was fantastic. Young, like 10, 11, 12-year-old girls, if that old. Jumping into your Town of Woodruff starting lineups, first for the Rich Rebels.
Connor Greer, Jr.
Kyler Wilson, Senior.
Riley Taylor, Jr.
Logan Muirbrook, Jr.
John Scott, Jr.
Those are your Rich Rebels starters, brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. And we move along to the Town of Woodruff starters, brought to you for the Manila Mustangs. Let me turn on my flashlight real quick so I can see what I'm looking at. Town of Woodruff starters, brought to you by Mayor Scott Sabey, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell. And starting for the Manila Mustangs, seniors number 2, Jordan Lucio, 4, Quinn Saldana, 5, Garrett Slaw, and 23, Tanner Anderson, along with junior number 3, Dalton Taylor. Mustangs at 4-1 in the region. Their only loss against the ICS Lions last week, a 59-39 loss. Coach Hughes said that Manila just went ice cold in the second half. Quickly, your Old Chicago Pizza pregame slice. Old Chicago Pizza in Logan, the Rebels in the road blues, Manila in the home whites. It's homecoming tonight, this weekend here at Manila. And Anderson wins the tip over Riley Taylor. Tanner got up quickly to win that Sabey Trucking opening tip-off. Old Chicago Pizza, pizzas and more built from scratch, one delicious fresh ingredient at a time. Left wing, Slaw goes inside, and Lucio on the backdoor cut finishes with the right hand. Mustangs lead 2-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Just underway in this first quarter, brought to you by The Store at 528 County Road in Evanston. They've got clothing and more. Wilson tries to drive, cut off, floats back, fade away from the baseline, misses. Muirbrook, the offensive board, and putback is good. Muirbrook just skied up there, pulled down the rebound, then skied back up for the hook and finished. Ties the score at 2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Slaw dribbles to his left, follows a screen, picks it up on the right to Lucio, fires inside. Anderson in the lane, 3 seconds. He was trying to move into a shot, but ran out of time, and the Mustangs turn it over. Good defense by Rich, and the Rebels force the turnover. Rebels are going to have to take care of it and limit their turnovers. Manila in a tight man-to-man defense. Wilson screens across the top. Down to the right corner, looking for Scott. Lucio steps in front, gets the steal, goes to the hoop, and finishes. Wilson contested, but was careful not to foul. Avoided the foul, but Lucio with the bucket after the steal. Rich averaging 19.4 turnovers per game. Got to keep that number down around 15 or fewer. Wilson drives, baseline floater, short. Anderson the rebound for Manila. Slaw across the timeline, averaging about 5 points per game. Hands off to Taylor. He slices through the Rebel defense, lays it up and in with the left hand, and the Mustangs lead 6-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. This Mustang team intent on attacking the hoop in this first quarter. That's 3 layups. Rich with just 1 bucket so far. That's a Bear Lake Physical Therapy points in the paint. John Scott, top of the key, fakes a pass, dishes off back left corner. Connor Greer on the baseline stepped out. He was close, and the official was right on top of it. Greer steps on the baseline, and Rich turns it over for a second time in the ballgame. 5:55 left in this first quarter, brought to you by The Store, clothing and more in Evanston. Open tomorrow, 10 to 4. Also open Fridays from 1 to 6. Lucio left wing. Slaw left side, a little further in. Gives off to Anderson. Fakes the shot, then puts it up and in. Good ball movement by Manila, and Rich getting caught on ball screens or screens away from the ball. That's giving Manila open shots, and they get another one there. Rebels take a timeout, brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. We'll take a quick one as well on the Wildlife at mylocalradio.com.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
That timeout was a quick, guys, get your head in the game, let's go. Rebels break the press, but Manila continues to pressure way out high. Wilson, right corner, John Scott dribbles by the D, pulls up, right angle and misses. Lucio tips it away from Rich, and then Saldana saves it on the baseline. A lot of contact from both teams, but no foul. I could have seen a foul. I wouldn't have been surprised by a whistle against Rich or Manila on that play. Slaw hands off to Taylor, dribbles to the top of the key. Saldana right wing, hands off. Lucio, the purple shoes, gives to Slaw, left wing three, no, off the iron, and Taylor pulls down the rebound. Anderson grabs his arm. He says, no, he got my arm, but it certainly didn't look that way from where I'm sitting. And Anderson picks up his first personal foul. First quarter brought to you by the store. Rebels trail 8-2. They tied it at 2-0 or at twos, but Manila on a 6-0 run. Greer starts right, then goes left, stops, fades, and can't get that to go. Taylor tips the rebound back out. Greer picks it up right, elbow and hits. Rattles home. Give Taylor the offensive rebound for Rich. That's 2 rebounds in the game for the Rebels, both on the offensive glass. I don't know if Manila has missed a shot yet. Taylor to Slaw, left wing. Actually, they have missed a couple. They go inside, and Tanner Anderson left wide open as he cut across the lane. And that's, again, just moving without the ball, and the Rebels falling asleep on defense. Plus some screens down underneath there. Greer dribbles to his left. Taylor at the top of the key. Fakes a shot, dishes off Wilson. Long three, right wing. Ooh, back iron, no. Riley Taylor with the Rebel offensive rebound. His second of the game. Halfway through first quarter action, Rebels trail 10-4. Wilson on the right wing. Jabs left, dribbles right, through the defense. Tries to scoop up from behind the glass and misses. Anderson with the Mustang rebound. Taylor hands back to Slaw on the left wing. Rebels don't come out and get him now. They do. Luckily, he didn't pull the trigger. Slaw averages just 5 points a game. Doesn't shoot a lot, but he's a real smart ball handler. Anderson, free throw line. Hands off to Taylor. Slices through the defense, shoots and misses, and an offensive foul. Connor Greer had planted himself down on the low block, and Taylor picks up the offensive player control foul. Cody Muir into the game. Quinn Saldana gets a breather. Muir averaging 5.5 points and 2 rebounds in fairly limited action. Hasn't played a ton of minutes in varsity action, but boy, he gets a lot of time in JV and leads the team in scoring and rebounding. Greer, jump stop on the left side, gives to Scott. John on the right wing, guarded by Jordan Lucio. Out to the left wing, ball deflected by Slaw. He thought he didn't touch it and should have been Manila basketball. The officials give it back to Rich. It looked like a lucky break. I thought Wilson tipped it, and I didn't think the Mustangs touched it. We'll take it, though. 3:05 left in the first quarter. Rebels trailing 10-4. JV lost 50-43. John Scott dribbles right away from the defense. Lucio in tight on him. Scott finds Wilson down across the lane, and Kyler finishes. Nice little assist for John Scott. Boy, Lucio was really in tight on that defense. Hands straight in the air, but he wasn't giving Scott room to breathe. Taylor, Slaw inside, Muir, strong move, blocked, and a late whistle from the man outside the key. The official 5 feet away didn't see a foul, but the official on this side did, and frankly, I'm at about that same angle. That looked like a foul. So Riley Taylor picks up his first. I think it's a good whistle, and that's why you got 2 officials out there. Make sure to get that call right. So Manila will inbound from the baseline. Taylor into the middle, goes to Lucio, turns in the lane and misses short. Connor Greer skies for the Rebel board, rips it down. Rich trails 10-6. Greer started the hustle up, but Taylor comes out on the defense, and Connor slows down a bit. To his left wing, pulls up and misses short, an air ball on the three-point attempt. Lucio pulls down the rebound, and He's got some blood on his left arm. He's kind of smiling as he comes off the court. I didn't see any blood, but he's holding his left arm like a cramp. Is that what it was? That makes sense because I couldn't see any blood, and he was holding it kind of smiling like, that hurts. So, Rich, let's give Jordan Lucio the Mustang rebound. Taylor around to the right. Anderson had a monster game against Rich the last time these teams played. 22 points for Tanner Anderson. He's already got 4 in this one. Down in the lane, kicks it back outside. Muir, the long three, knocks it down. Cody Muir from deep with the triple. 13-6, Mustangs up by 7. He's a big guy. You don't expect him to shoot much from outside, but boy, as you just saw, he can knock it down. Connor Greer in the right corner. Back up top. Scott drives the lane. Scoops with the right hand and got it. Johnny Be Good drives the lane and finishes. 13-8. Rebels with some Bear Lake Physical Therapy points in the paint, helping Rebels get back in the game since 1998. That's Bear Lake Physical Therapy. Anderson on the right wing. Slaw at the top of the key. Rich in a, looks like a 2-3 zone. That leaves Anderson open right wing 3. No. Rebound. Muirbrook skies up and pulls it down for Rich, his second board. Rebels have a chance to cut into the deficit a bit more. Trailing by 5, 13-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Lucio comes over, shaking that left hand as he gets set to check back in. Hopefully it was just a cramp, but maybe got a drink. Wilson steps right, pulls up for 3 and just misses. Muir pulls down the rebound for Manila. Dishes off to Slaw with under a minute to play in the first quarter. Brought to you by the store in Evanston. Clothing and more at the store in the Monkey Shines laundromat area. Taylor drives baseline, dishes off, and Muir finishes. Nice pass behind the back. Taylor to Muir, 15-8. Muir off the window from the left block. 39 seconds left in the opening quarter, and Rich trails by 7. Greer looking back door. Nope, not there. Wilson out to the right wing. Across the top, defended by Slaw. Back outside. Muirbrook for the 3, and Logan knocks it down, back iron and in. There's a pro physical therapy triple for Rich to cut it to a 4-point game. Logan Muirbrook from downtown shooting about 50% this season. Actually better than that. He's 6 of 11. 55% from three-point range for Logan Muirbrook. Anderson, top of the key, starts right, fires left. Slaw thought about the 3 instead. Dribbles once, dishes off right side. Taylor for 3 at the buzzer. Swishes it through. 18-11. Excellent ball movement by the Manila Mustangs to get that 3 from Dalton Taylor and push it back to a 7-point Mustang lead as we come to the close of quarter number 1, brought to you by the store in Evanston. Clothing and more next to the Monkey Shines laundromat in Evanston.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Second quarter action underway. Rebels have it. Wilson long to left corner. Back iron and in. Kyler Wilson with 4 points. And Rich back within 5. 18-13 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Question becomes, can Rebels get a couple of stops? Lucio on the right wing. Anderson to Taylor. Backdoor. Anderson slicing to the hoop. Alley-oop. He lays it in softly. 20-13. He's getting a screen up high and cutting to that back door, and Rich just cannot keep up with him. There's long legs. He can move fast. Greer right side on the wing. Gives to Taylor at the elbow. Riley turns to his left and misses. Lucio skies and rips it down with one hand for Manila on the rebound. 7:03 left in this Stacy's Repair second quarter. Taylor to his left, pick and roll. Anderson right side. No, too strong off the window. Connor Greer, the Rebel board, and he'll hold and make sure he's safe. Up across the timeline, Rebels attacking left to right. As we found out in the old Chicago Pizza pregame slice. Free throw line, Taylor looking backdoor. Wilson not there. Riley steps back and misses short right side. Lucio, another rebound for Manila, his third. 20-13, Mustangs lead by 7. 6.5 left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Taylor on the left wing up top. Anderson open for 3. Misses left side off the iron, and Connor Greer with his third Rebel rebound. Greer across the timeline. Truman Huffner in there for the first time in this varsity action. Muirbrook at the top of the key, left wing to Wilson. Taylor posted up, had his man sealed, but not in time. And Rebels are looking to get it in there to him. Man-to-man defense, if they can get it over the top to him. Taylor looking inside, gets it to Muirbrook. Logan goes up and misses with the right hand. Too far to the left, and Slaw pulls down the Mustang rebound. He's got that as his first of the game. Rebels really working to get it inside. Got to convert. Lucio, free throw line, steps through the lane up with the left and in. Good use of that one step to go up for the shot as he sliced through the Rebel defense. Came around a screen at the free throw line and just cut straight to the basket. Greer, left wing to Wilson. Muirbrook down in the left corner, up top. Dangerous pass. Lucio steals it, wraps it behind his own back, goes to the other end, and misses. Huffner tips the rebound away and out of bounds. Rich with 4 turnovers in the game unofficially, and Hunter Gailey checks into the game. He hit free throw after free throw after free throw in that JV game to help Manila to a 7-point win. 5:21 left, second quarter. Mustangs up 9. Taylor looking to inbound, goes up high. Anderson comes up, and Muirbrook got in too tight defensively. Foul, Logan Muirbrook. Rebel second team foul. Muirbrook's first personal. 5:21 left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Bounce in, looking for Lucio on the floor. He hustles and dives, but can't get it. And Muirbrook comes up with the Rich County Government steal. Rebels with a championship cause, Rich County Government. Greer left side, gives to Grohl. Jaden Grohl just checked into the game. Greer to Wilson, right corner, Huffner. Double team coming, he skips it back up top. Wilson around to Greer, Rebels working it around quickly. Grohl back outside, bounce to Greer. Connor, Rebels having trouble just getting set up in the offense. Huffner inside, finds Muirbrook. Floater with the right hand is good. Huffner got that pass just in time as Lucio came on the defense and just missed the steal. Muirbrook did the rest. He has 7 points in the ball game, and Rich trails by 7, 22-15. 4.5 left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Mustangs backing out a bit. Taylor, top of the key. Rebels in a zone defense. Looks like a 3-2 zone. Maybe a shifting. I'll have to keep an eye on this. What is this zone, Gary? Is it a 2-3, but just guys coming out on the wing? Inside to Lucio, misses, gets his own rebound, misses that. Rebels tip it out, and Greer has it for Rich. Connor with 5 rebounds in the game unofficially. Lucio with a handful as well. Greer left corner. Grohl barely holds on to the pass. It was a high pass. Wilson dribbles free throw line off to Greer. Connor finds a lane, drives, left baseline jumper. Nope, over the top. Anderson with the rebound. That caught the iron, but that was all for Greer on the miss. Taylor and Scott set to check back in for the Rebels, trailing 22-15. Taylor tries to make it more, does not with the three-pointer. It was short. Rebound over the top to the Rebels' Logan Muirbrook with his third rebound. And Coach Ashley Brown takes a timeout. 3:34 left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Rich down 7 on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. This timeout brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental and Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1998. No, excuse me, since 1997.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Rebels inbound to Scott against the full court pressure. Wilson around, couple of screens, back outside. Huffner gets away with a travel. Pass to Lucio, steals it, goes to the other end, and lays it in, plus the foul. And Lucio does such a good job of using his body and his off arm to shield the Rebels away to get that steal. If you're looking at it at some angles, it looks like a foul. But Lucio with the layup, chance for the three-point play, and knocks down the free throw. 25-15 three-point play for Lucio on the steal, coast to coast, and the bucket. Grohl on the left wing, a 10-point Mustangs lead. Grohl throws it away. Taylor with the steal to the other end, lays it in. Turnovers, that's 2 in a row, and that's 5 points off those turnovers just in the last 30 seconds of game time. Rebels have to take care of the ball. Just a really bad pass that last time. Scott bounces to Huffner at the free throw line. Truman looking back door, finds Wilson up with the right hand, can't get it. And quickly up ahead, Taylor to Lucio, goes strong. Huffner fouls him, and Lucio heads to the free throw line for 2 more charity stripe shots. Rebels had climbed to within 7, and the Mustangs turn it on. They on a 5-0 run, and Lucio at the line to shoot 2 more. Rebels turnovers, an issue in the last minute or 2. Free throw back iron, no for Lucio. Huffner picks up the foul, Rebel 4th team foul. Huffner's first. Greer and Muirbrook check back in. So you got Muirbrook, Taylor, Scott, Wilson, and Greer on the floor for Rich. Muir, Anderson, Lucio, Saldana, and Slaw out there for Manila. Lucio's second free throw also clunks off the heel of the basket, and Muirbrook pulls down the Rebel rebound. Wilson up the right sideline, back up top to Greer at the center circle. Connor starts right, goes back left, then right again to Wilson. Dribbles right baseline, pick and roll with Taylor not open. Wilson bounces back out to the right wing. Taylor fakes the shot, dribbles by the D, ball poked away, gets it back on the baseline, kicks it outside. Greer on the left wing, and Rich resets the offense. Scott on the left wing, guarded by Lucio. John dribbles baseline, pulls up, misses. Offensive board, Muirbrook fouled on the putback, but no whistle. Logan can't believe there was no whistle, and Lucio has it for Manila. He runs over Kyler Wilson, trying to draw the charge, not there. Anderson, meanwhile, takes the ball, drives through the lane, scoops it in. 29-15, 14-point Mustang lead with 1:50 left in the quarter. They've outscored Rich 11-4 in this Stacy's Repair second period. Muirbrook at the free throw line. Fakes the give to Wilson, turns, shoots high off the glass. Anderson, oh brother. That's pretty inconsistent as Wilson just a little ticky-tack bump. I mean, last time down the court, Wilson gets pushed to the floor and they don't blow the whistle. This time Wilson just a little bump with the body, and they call Kyler for the blocking foul. 5 Rebel team fouls, Mustangs with 2 team fouls. Right side, Slaw into Anderson at the free throw line. Steps through the lane, floats up and hits. Anderson with 10 points in this first half, 31-15. 16-point Mustang lead, 1:18 left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Greer starts right, goes back left. Nothing there, gives to Muirbrook at the free throw line. Hands back to Greer, through the lane. Misses the shot. Taylor the offensive board. Put back. He's fouled. Count it. And a late whistle. I didn't think they'd give it to him, but Slaw undercut Taylor as he came down on that shot. That's a dangerous play by Taylor. And he picks up his second personal foul. So give Riley Taylor the bucket, Dalton Taylor the foul, and Rich earns its first trip to the free throw line in the ballgame. Riley's Bear Lake Realty free throw, nope. Anderson the rebound. So Rich stuck at 17. Slaw up to the right side. Gives to Anderson in the lane. Gets the Rebel defense in the air and draws the foul. So Anderson will go to the line and shoot two. The foul, I think Riley Taylor, indeed, his second personal. 58.1 seconds left. Stacy's Repair second quarter. Mustangs have scored 13, the Rebels 6 in the period. And the Mustangs entered the quarter with a 7-point lead. Anderson clunk a break off the front iron on his first attempt. And he'll shoot a second. Tanner averages 13 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and almost 2 steals per game. But he does well against the Rebels. 22 points earlier this year against Rich. He already has 10 in this one. And gets the second free throw to rattle through. 32-17, a 15-point Mustangs lead. Greer to Wilson, back to Greer, then to Wilson again, and again to Greer. Taylor at the top of the key to Wilson with 45 seconds left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Muirbrook fades away from the right baseline, misses. Taylor misses on the offensive board. Muirbrook pulls down the offensive rebound, shoots, and rattles it in. Riley Taylor with 2 offensive rebounds on that possession. Muirbrook with 1 as well. I've got Logan with 6 boards and 2, 4, 6, 9 points in the game. Rebels have got to play some defense. Mustangs on pace for 65, 64 plus points in the game, and they'll play for a final shot of the quarter. Taylor, nope, this is Slaw, dribbling, drives to his left, through contact, foul on the floor. As a 7th Rebel team foul, so Slaw to the line to shoot 1-1. Foul, oh, I was going to say it's a good foul, but it's not. That's Riley Taylor's 3rd. And Garrett Slaw to the line for a 1-1 opportunity. Rebels have got a box out here as Slaw steps to the line, a few dribbles, shoots, and back iron and in. 33-19, 5.3 seconds left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. So Rich should have a shot, if Slaw hits this, to put together something decent. Slaw swishes the second one through as well. Muirbrook inbounds. Greer turns, sprints up court with 3, 2, bounce ahead to Scott. Left wing 3, just before the buzzer, off the glass and in. John Scott gets it to go as the buzzer sounds. No question he got that one off. 34-22, a 12-point deficit at the half. They shout to the players to stay on the court. Don't head to the locker rooms just yet. I think they're going to do some senior night stuff here at halftime. John Scott with what so far is your Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot of the game. Beats the buzzer off the window for the 3. And that was that cuts it to a 12-point game. That could be big going forward if Rich can have a good second half. They're announcing homecoming royalty. Tanner Anderson, the second attendant. We'll just keep it here for the moment. We've got your Crawford Trough and Randolph halftime show coming up. Second attendant to the Queen. Cheyenne Terry, is that what they said? Rebels with 11 points in the first, 11 points in the second. 0 for 1 at the free throw line. Got to get more free throw attempts. 2, 4, 6, 9, 5. First attendant to the King, Garrett Slaw. Manila Mustang senior, of course. I've got Manila with just 2 turnovers in that entire first half. That's a good number for them. First attendant to the King, to the Queen, Kaylin Woolsey is a cheerleader. It's homecoming week for Manila, and they're announcing homecoming king 2020, Jordan Lucio, the homecoming king. Lucio, the leader of the basketball team, 19 points, 8 rebounds per game, and he's the homecoming king. The Queen, Sage Walters. Congratulations to those Manila Mustangs. Let's see if they do some senior night stuff here as well. Rebels defensively in that first half just had a hard time slowing down the Manila Mustangs. Again, Manila averages 58 points a game. They're on pace for 68 in this one. Looks like maybe that will do it. Or are they going to honor seniors as well? If they do so, I think we would keep it here because generally when we've been here for senior nights, they'll honor their own team and plus maybe the Rebel seniors as well. Oh, looks like they're moving on to some halftime dances and things like that. So we'll take a quick break. Be back with your halftime report. This is the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Need a repair, take to the ones who truly care.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Alex Bell, and you're tuned in to Rebel Basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 and on mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on mylocalradio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
When shopping for a vehicle, it's important to have a good selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. It's also important to have a knowledgeable salesperson that listens, a finance team that helps you get the payment that matches your pocketbook, and a smart office staff that makes sure all the paperwork is done right. You can always rest assured knowing that our whole team is working for you. Auto Farm Chevrolet. Stop in today. We're a community-driven dealer.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
34-22 at the half. Rebel girls with a dominant victory tonight, 54-23. They led by just 11 at the half, but a 19-2 run in the third quarter pushed them out to a dominant victory. There were no JV or freshman girls games. The Rebels lost the JV and freshman boys games. And at the half in the boys varsity, Manila leads 34-22, and it would have been a 15-point game, but John Scott hit a buzzer beater at the end of the second quarter to give Rich those 11 points in the second quarter. Rebels, Logan Muirbrook with 9 points, 6 boards by my count, and he leads Rich. John Scott with 5 points, Kyler Wilson with 4, Riley Taylor and Connor Greer with 2 points apiece. For the Mustangs, Tanner Anderson, he seems to just like playing against the Rebels. He had 22 points the last time these teams met. He's on pace for another 22 tonight. He's got 11 at the half. Jordan Lucio with 9, Dalton Taylor 7, 5 points for Cody Muir, and 2 for Garrett Slaw, both from the free throw line. The Mustangs, 18 points in the first quarter, 16 points in the second. I've got them with just 2 turnovers, and they're on pace for 68 points. That's a recipe for a Mustang win and a Rebel loss. This halftime show is brought to you by the Crawford Trough, the place to eat and drink. Their winter hours are Wednesdays 11 to 2, and then Thursdays through Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So for lunch on Wednesdays, lunch and dinner Thursdays through Saturdays. That's the Crawford Trough in Randolph. Speaking of Randolph, Town of Randolph is sponsoring your first half highlights and stats. Town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Rich got down early. Manila scored the first points. Muirbrook scored a bucket to tie it at 2, but then Manila went on an 8-0 run. It was a 6-0 run to make it 8-2. Rebels scored, but then again, Mustangs led 18-11 at the end of the first half. In the second quarter, at one point, Manila had gone on a pretty big run. In fact, they had outscored Rich 13-4 through the first about 5 minutes of that second quarter. Rich took a timeout, kind of gathered themselves, and did a little better, but 5 turnovers in that second quarter really allowed Manila to get some easy buckets and kept Rich from having more opportunities to score. And so that takes us to where we are at the half with Manila up by 12. When these teams met at Rich on January 24th, Manila won by 13, 63-50. For Rich to have a chance in this one, I mean, they're at 7 turnovers total. Normally their goal is 15. I'm going to change that. They're going to have to keep that 10, maybe 12 if they want to win this game. They've got to continue to get those offensive rebounds, and they've got to hit a few shots from outside. Just one pro physical therapy three-pointer, that's from John Scott, and then one other in the first quarter by Logan Muirbrook. But Rich is going to have to heat up from outside, take care of the ball better. But primarily, and the number one thing that Rich will have to do better in the second half is defend. They cannot allow 34 points in the second half and even hope to win. If they can hold Manila to half that output, 17 more points, and Manila gets to 51-ish, I think Rich has a chance, but they cannot play the type of defense. They've got to be much better defensively in the second half if they want to climb back in and have a chance to win this one. Halftime, first half highlights and stats brought to you by the town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. And this is your Crawford Trough in Randolph halftime show. We'll take a quick break and be back with third quarter action on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper. You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help with residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more. Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit BearLakeRealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
What could be better than a fresh, mouth-watering burger from the Crawford Trough in Randolph? Top it with cheese and thick-cut bacon, or throw in some mushrooms and make it a double. Now we're talking. Add home-cut fries and a creamy shake, and you might just think you're in paradise. With crisp salads and tasty wraps, plus onion rings, perfectly cooked chicken, cold drinks, and silky smooth ice cream, the Crawford Trough is the place to eat and drink at 120 South Main in Randolph. (34-22) at the half. Brought to you by Crawford Trough in Randolph, the place to eat and drink. Delicious crispy home fries, fantastic fresh burgers, sandwiches, wraps, smooth, tasty ice cream, and more at the Crawford Trough in Randolph. Again, winter hours, they're open Wednesdays for lunch and then Thursdays through Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. To my wife, who's back home with the kids on this Valentine's Day, I love you. Hope you're having a good day, and make it up to you. Not tomorrow. Be in Wendover all day with the boys. Rebel boys at Wendover tomorrow to close out the regular season. And so Rebels put 2 tough games to close out the regular season. Tonight at number 2, Manila. Tomorrow at number 4, Wendover. And Rebels have their handful tonight. Hands full. 34-22 at the half on the Station on Main scoreboard. On homecoming night at Manila, they came out in that first half and shot the ball well. 34 points in the first half. Tanner Anderson led the way with 11. Jordan Lucio had 9. Rich attempted just one free throw in that first half, 0 for 1. Mustangs 4 of 7 at the line. As we start third quarter action, brought to you by Epic Recreation. Make your vacation an epic one to remember. Anderson on the right wing. Gives a couple of ball fakes. Lucio back up top to Anderson. Around Slaw inside for Lucio. Rebels defend it well, and Lucio misses with the right hand. Too strong on the shot. Connor Greer with his 6th rebound for Rich. 7:40 left in the Epic Recreation third. Connor looks left and dribbles right. Goes up top looking for Scott. Lucio defending. The ball just sails wide and gets off to Wilson. John follows the screen by Muirbrook to his left, picks it up and goes up top. Slaw steals it off to the races. Wilson lets him lay it up with the left hand and he misses short. John Scott with the Rebel rebound. I've got that as John's first board for Rich up across the timeline. John defended by Lucio. One of the more athletic players in 1A boys basketball. Rebels go inside. Taylor backs in, spins, blocked from behind by Anderson, but Wilson pulls it in, backs out to the three-point line and misses. Muirbrook, another offensive rebound, kicks it back outside. Connor Greer fires away from 3 and misses off the front iron. So Rich with a couple extra opportunities, but couldn't get it to go. And Lucio pulled down the Mustang rebound off of Greer's miss. Anderson, the free throw line, hands off. Taylor into the lane, runs over Connor Greer, who ends up on the floor, stands up, tips the ball. Lucio came up with it, and he is fouled by Kyler Wilson, who cannot believe the call. Wilson picks up his 2nd personal, Rebel first team foul. 34-22 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Inbound to Slaw. Taylor in the lane, gets away with the travel, dishes off to Lucio, who finishes. I just got to wonder, how do we not see that travel? 6:20 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Scott tries to penetrate, cut off, and backs it out. Greer on the left wing, bounces to Muirbrook at the free throw line. Logan dribbles off his foot as Anderson fouls him. Both end up on the floor. Anderson looks around like, what? Manila fans and coaches say that's a no call or a charge. But foul against Anderson, his 2nd. Rebels set up for the Crawford Trough or the Mount Valley Cattle Company inbound play, and they go up top around to Wilson, right wing, long 3, too long. Rebound, Anderson fighting with Muirbrook, and Muirbrook gets the board for Rich. An 8th rebound for Logan Muirbrook, and 5 on the offensive end. Wilson, left side, big screen by Muirbrook. Wilson drives, Anderson blocks the shot out of bounds. And Rich will set up for another Mount Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Haven't had any Rich County 4-H jump balls yet. And Cody Muir checks into the game. Quinn Saldana, breather. Muir hit a 3 and a 2 in the first quarter, has 5 points. Inbound to Muirbrook, left baseline jumper, nope. John Scott the rebound for Rich, backs it out. John circles around into the lane, floats it up, misses with the right hand, and Lucio with the rebound for Manila. Jordan dribbles to his right, hits the shot, and he's fouled, and Muirbrook picks up his 2nd. Rebel 2nd team foul. Lucio will head to the line and try for the and 1. He completed one earlier in the 2nd quarter. If he hits this free throw, Manila would be up by 17. He misses off the left side iron, and John Scott pulls down his 3rd rebound of the quarter. 38-22, a 16-point deficit. Rebels have got to find a way to score here. They go inside for Riley Taylor. Down on the right block. Couple of dribbles up with the right hand. Muir defending, missed, and Slaw the rebound for Manila. Up ahead to Anderson, right sideline. Tanner fires inside to Muir, wide open. He turns and hits. Rebels just left him alone, and Manila takes a timeout, leading 40-22 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 5:10 left to play in the third quarter. Mustangs have outscored Rich 6-0 in the period.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Kyler Wilson, and you're tuned in to Rich High Hoops on Rebel Radio and MyLocalRadio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to.
Back at Manila High School, where the Mustangs lead 40-22. Rebels had cut it to a 7-point game, 25-15. Since then, the Mustangs have outscored Rich 15-7. That's not huge, but it's enough that Manila leads by 18. Rich with the basketball, and Anderson will apply some full court pressure. Greer picks up the dribble and goes long to John Scott. Muirbrook all alone underneath the hoop. Anderson comes from behind, hits Scott, knocks the ball away, and Lucio comes up with it. Jordan up to the other end. He was fouled, no whistle. Anderson fouls Taylor and doesn't get whistled for it. And Rich maintains possession. Riley Taylor dribbles up across the timeline and gives to Greer. Connor starts right, goes back left to Wilson. Kyler with pressure coming out high. If Rich can work it around quickly, they should get an open shot, but that's a big if, and they throw it away. Lucio, fortunately for Rich, just deflected it out of bounds. Rebels maintain possession. Huffner in for Scott. John with 5 points. Truman hasn't scored. I don't know if he's shot the ball yet in this varsity game. Inbound to Connor Greer. Dribbles to his right. Pressure comes. Lazy pass. Lucio steals it, goes the other end, travels, and finishes. Maybe they'll say he didn't quite have possession, or was that that was a travel? He had possession right up here, and he took 3 steps. Wilson tries to answer on the other end. Up with the right hand, can't get it. Through contact, no whistle. And Manila with the rebound. Taylor up to Anderson. Skip it across to Lucio, right wing. Fakes the 3 and doesn't shoot it. Back up top to Slaw. Muir pivots from the left wing to Slaw, a little deeper toward the corner. Anderson, three-pointer, top of the key, missed badly, left side off the window, and down the rebound to Connor Greer. Up court, Wilson back to Greer. Connor dribbles left, slices through the lane, kicks it back out, and Slaw tips it to himself for the steal. Third Rebel turnover the corner. Slaw misses. Lucio, offensive board, no. Tanner, offensive board, yes. Anderson with the bucket. And the Mustangs on a 10-0 run here in the third quarter. Wilson back to Greer. Rebels have turned it over 4 times in the quarter and have not been able to find a way to score. Greer bounces across to Wilson. Kyler picks up the dribble. 3, air ball over the top, but Riley Taylor, the offensive board. Putback is good. Taylor has 6 rebounds and 4 points, and the Rebels take a timeout. 46-24. That ends what was a 12-0 Mustang run here in this third quarter. A quarter brought to you by Epic Recreation. Make your vacation an epic one to remember. Visit epicrecreation.net for all your rentals in Bear Lake, whether it's in the summer, if you're down on the lake or up in the mountains. If you're up there in the winter, all your winter recreation rentals, epicrecreation.net. Our camera tonight, presented by Bear Lake Realty. If you're looking for beachfront, room with a view, secluded mountain retreat, or more, a number of timeshare options. Buy a home, rent it out so it pays for itself, and you can enjoy it some of the time as well. And before long, you've got your own beautiful home in Bear Lake. Visit bearlakerealty.com to learn how. That's bearlakerealty.com. Mustangs with the basketball and a 22-point lead. It was a 12-point game at the half, but Mustangs have outscored Rich 12-2 here in this Epic Recreation third quarter. Gailey at the free throw line, drives into traffic, and the Rebels steal it away. Logan Muirbrook with a Rich County government steal. First turnover of the half for Manila, third of the ball game, unless I'm mistaken. Huffner throws it outside. Wilson, an athletic move to control that ball. Jaden Grohl, right corner. Taylor drives to the baseline, stops, up off the window and in. Riley Taylor with 4 straight Rebel points. Cuts it back to a 20-point game. Critical junction here. If Rich can get a couple of stops, maybe cut this to a 15-point game by the end of the third quarter. 150 left in the Epic Recreation third. Upright wing, Lucio. Taylor quickly left wing to Slaw. Lucio fakes right, goes left to Slaw again. Rebels get out there defensively, so nothing happening. Rebels in a 2-3 zone defense. Taylor, Slaw, back to Taylor on the right wing. Drives in, and he's fouled on his way to the hoop on the floor. Taylor got the shot to go well after the whistle. And that's Riley Taylor. Is that his 4th? It is. Riley Taylor just picked up his 4th, and Connor Greer heads to the scorer's table to check in. That's unfortunate because Taylor has a few rebounds and 4 points in this quarter. He's only Rebel to score in this Epic Recreation third quarter. Manila to inbound from the baseline. Slaw, right corner to Anderson, top of the key. Kicks it back to Slaw. And Manila slowing it down, being patient. They've got a 20-point lead. They could be patient for the next 9 minutes. Anderson, left wing, fakes the three and kicks it back up to Slaw. Free throw line, Hunter Gailey pivots around. Anderson, left wing, again fakes the three and passes to Slaw. Up across the top, Dalton Taylor. Mustangs just showing some patience here. And against a 2-3 zone, they continue to just work it around. If Rich doesn't show a little more urgency or switch, Manila can just continue to work around. They go inside. Hunter Gailey hangs in the air and hits it from right down point-blank range. Great patience, and they finally got that opening down inside. Connor Greer across the timeline with 50 seconds to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Down right corner, Huffner, free throw line, tipped away into the hands of Wilson. Kyler drives, dishes off. He was hit, lost control, and turned it over. 34 seconds left in the Epic Recreation third. Nothing seeming to go the Rebels' way. Anderson holding. Grohl coming out. Inches out a little further. Starts to get the count. Anderson backs out and kicks it off to Dalton Taylor. Rebels stay in a 2-3 zone defense, so Manila will play for a final shot of this Epic Recreation third quarter. Anderson holding around to Taylor. Left wing, 8, 7, 6. Up top, Slaw. Drives, dishes off. Muir underneath, up with the right hand, misses. Rebound tipped out of bounds with 0.7 to play in the period. And that was off of Rich. They'll give it to Manila. Or that was off of Rich. They'll give it to Rich. Maybe I saw the wrong jersey from the fingertips that touched the ball. Inbound, Connor Greer dribbles once or twice, and Rich was outscored 14-4 in the Epic Recreation third quarter. 8 minutes left to play on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
My numbers, I've got the Rich Rebels with 12 turnovers, Manila with 3. They're shooting the ball a bit better, but that 9 turnovers differential, that accounts for maybe 18 points. Not quite really, but Rebels with the basketball. Huffner free throw line, finds some space, pulls back, and knocks it down. Rattles it home from the free throw line. Huffner's first bucket, and Rich cuts it to a 20-point deficit on the Station on Main scoreboard. 7.5 left to play in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Rich has to switch to a man-to-man defense, put a little more pressure on Manila. They'll go inside. Anderson on the left block. Grohl reaches in, forces the jump ball. Good hands by Jaden Grohl. And a Rich County, oh no, they'll call it a foul. They would. Rich County 4-H, that looked good. Looked like a clean jump ball from my angle, but I don't have a good angle. Not the same angle as the official. Thought it was going to be a Rich County 4-H jump ball, but no. A foul on Jaden Grohl. And Manila takes advantage. Inbound to Slaw. He makes a strong move to the hoop and finishes with the left hand. 50-28. There's that mark that Rich needed to keep Manila under. 50 points. They didn't do it. Greer drives, scoops, misses short, and Anderson has the rebound for Manila. That was a nice drive by Connor Greer with the left hand, but Greer struggling tonight, just 2 points. Averages 9 a game. Had a big game against Mount Vernon last night, 14. If I remember right, yeah, 14 points, 7 boards. Greer doing it, getting the job done. He has got 7 rebounds, but not many points. Saldana on the right wing, free throw line to Anderson. Tanner fakes right, goes left, loses the ball. He was inadvertently hit in the nose. I think he just bumped into Muirbrook's nose as Muirbrook put his hands up to defend. Muirbrook was straight up, and Anderson just threw it away inadvertently. A 4th turnover of the game is all for the Manila Mustangs. Greer across the timeline. Screen by Huffner to Muirbrook, top of the key. Quick 3 released, and Lucio tips it away out of bounds. Trying to grab that rebound. Rebel basketball. trailing by 22. 6.5 left to play in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Wilson will inbound. Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Rebels really could use some pro physical therapy 3-point shots. Need some Bear Lake physical therapy points in the paint as well. Here's Wilson, pro physical therapy 3, left wing, got it. Back iron and in. Kyler Wilson with his first triple of the ball game has 7 points. And that cuts it to a 19-point deficit. Got to get some stops and a few more of those shots. Saldana on the right wing. Anderson top of the key. Inside to Lucio. Spins and hits at the right hand. Good sky hook by Jordan Lucio. He elevates so high on that shot. No way you're going to block it. And as long as he can hit, he can be accurate. There's just no way to stop that shot. Muirbrook top of the key. Three-pointer short off front iron. Lucio skies and pulls down the rebound with his left hand. I got Lucio with 5, 7, that's almost double-digit rebounding. I think he's got about a double-double. Slaw to the right corner. Taylor, open three, misses short, and the rebound, Logan Muirbrook. And he's just about at a double-double. Needs another point. He's at 9 points and 9 rebounds. Wilson, long three, right short. Bounces over the top, and Taylor hits it away from Rich out of bounds. Rebel basketball. Another Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Cody Muir checks back in. The junior for the Manila Mustangs will be a core player, a key player coming back as Manila thinks, if they're thinking about at all, probably not, but about next year. Inbound, Muirbrook left baseline jumper, rebound over the top, and Slaw, good box out to keep it away from Kyler Wilson on the rebound. 52-31, 5 minutes left to play. The Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Rebels have got to get some stops here down the stretch. Lucio fakes the three and throws it into Muirbrook. Rebels come up with a Rich County government steal. Up court, Wilson baseline into Muirbrook on the block, turns, shoots, and off the back iron, just a little too strong. Muir with the Mustang rebound. Those are some shots the Rebels would have needed to hit down the stretch. Taylor, Anderson, left wing, gives to Lucio in the lane, fires back. Anderson, left wing, drives in, up off the glass, and it rattles out. No. Connor Greer with the Rebel rebound. Greer looks right, goes left. No passing lane. Good decision to not try and force it. Inside, Muirbrook spins to his left, off the left side. No. Short off the glass. Good defense by Muir. Physical, contested, didn't foul. And the Mustangs get the rebound. Scott and Taylor set to check back in. Riley had 4 points in the third quarter before he picked up his fourth foul. Lucio, right side, kicks it back out. Slaw, backdoor, Anderson. There's that alley-oop play again, and Anderson finishes. Perfect pass inside, so Anderson can just lay it up and kiss it off the glass and in. Pretty play. Anderson's length and leaping ability facilitate that. Under 4 to play. Huffner, backdoor to Grohl. Jaden can't quite finish at the hoop, and Taylor has the rebound for Manila. Boy, just too many bunny shots missed for Rich here in this fourth quarter. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth, and Coach Mike Hughes calls for a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. 3.5 left to play in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth on the Wildlife at mylocalradio.com. This timeout brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental and Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1997.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the third year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seeing.
Our apologies on internet tonight. School's internet at times just seems to be working perfectly, then at times it just dies. And hopefully we got that figured out. This fourth quarter is brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. We're going to consider tonight, and please invite you to stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll run through the Garden City adjustment of the game, Rolling Kennedy Auto Farm Chevrolet play and shot of the game, and the McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. Garden City adjustment of the game. Rebels adjusted well to start this fourth quarter. Mustangs try an entry pass and throw it away, and the Rebels travel on the other end. 14 turnovers in the game. And really, if you consider the turnovers, Rebels averaging 19 a game. They've taken care of it pretty well tonight, but Again, it just hasn't been well enough against a team as disciplined, as confident. There's a carry. Garrett Slaw. Surprised they called it, but they did. They got it. 3:18 left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. And again, keep an eye out for the Garden City adjustment of the game. Rebels with the basketball, trailing 54-31. Lost to Manila at Rich, 63-50. Taylor hesitates, drives. Anderson flops and then trips Taylor, and he's called for a travel. Oh, good grief. So Anderson flops, and then with his foot in the air, he trips Taylor to the floor, and Riley is called for a travel. 3:05 left to play. Taylor to Slaw, right wing to Anderson. Up top, Muir dribbles to his left, hands off to Slaw. Anderson, right wing. Taylor looking inside, Muir open. They feed him, and he dribbles. Muirbrook swats that one out of bounds. This is a candidate for the Rolene Kennedy Auto Farm Chevrolet play of the game. Muirbrook with the swat of Muir. Inbound play for Manila. Taylor bounces in to Slaw, right side, misses the shot. Kyler Wilson with the Rebel rebound. That miss off the window too strong. Went straight over the top of the hoop. Taylor on the right wing. Gives to a cutting Kyler Wilson, who lays it up and in with the scoop. Kyler has 9 points, and Rich cuts it to a 22-point game. 54-33, 21-point deficit. Lucio, top of the key, looking for penetration, but no lane. Taylor looks for penetration, runs over Greer, and that'll be a blocking foul. So Connor picks up his first or second on Connor Greer. Rebel 15 foul, first on Greer. And Hunter Gailey checks back into the game, has 2 points. Those came in the third quarter. Alex Bell, Riley Carrillo check in. Muirbrook and Wilson out. So you got Scott, Greer, Taylor, Carrillo, and Bell on the floor with 2:15 left to play. Muir, Slaw, Lucio, who spins, fades away and hits, and Coach Hughes wants a timeout to get a few younger guys in. 56-33. Jordan Lucio, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 19 points in the ball game. And the Mustangs been good on offense, better on defense. They take a timeout here. Timeout brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental, Dr. Sean Grohl. Quality family dentistry since 1997. Another quick look at our Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Mustang fans across the way. Fairly subdued at this point with their team on top by 23 points. Feeling comfortable in the win. Rebel girls dominated 54-23, and the Mustang boys dominant as well. Greer across the timeline. Rebels attacking right to left here in this second half. 2 minutes left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Taylor, Carrillo, Scott, Bell, and Greer on the floor. Scott dribbles left, looking inside, goes to Greer, left corner, three-point shot, air ball over the top. Muir tips it away out of bounds, Rebel ball. Into the game, Kyler Hughes, a freshman for this Manila Mustang team, and Garrett Slaw probably just finished his night with 2 points, 3 from the free throw line, but a handful of steals. Great defense tonight. Garrett Slaw, good game. Alex Bell, Mount Valley Cattle Company inbound play, triggers it in. John Scott thinks about a three, then drives, floats, fading right to his left, shoots to his right, misses, and Hughes, or no, that was Gailey who controlled the rebound, passed it in from the baseline. Hughes, right wing, three-pointer, nope, misses left off the front iron. Rebound tipped, Alex Bell has it, passes off to Scott as he's going to the floor. John crosses over into the lane, up with the right hand, floats it in. Johnny B. Good has 7 points, 56-35, a 21-point deficit with a minute and 19 seconds to play in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. So the Rebels will drop to 4-16. Manila will improve to 14-5. Muir at the top of the key, pivots, bounces inside to Gailey, and 3 seconds in the lane. Gailey camping down there, much like Gary McKee does. No, you probably don't do much camping down at Flaming Gorge, I was going to say, but that was just no good. Dead end straight for me right there. Connor Greer crosses the timeline, 60 seconds to play. Scott on the right wing. Rebels trailing 56-35. John dribbles baseline, tries to bounce or pass across the lane, looking for Alex Bell, throws it to too high, too hot, and it sails out of bounds. You should. You get all the time on the lake, up at Bear Lake, that you need. Maybe not. All the time you need, maybe not all the time you want. Drive through the lane, up at the left hand, Tuck Davis fouled, and he'll head to the line. That's Riley Taylor's fifth. He just fouled out. 2 for 6 points, 7 rebounds for Riley Taylor. And with 45.3 seconds left to play, Riley's night is done. He'll try to bounce back tomorrow at Wendover. Our pregame show starts at 4:20. If you can't make the trip out across the Salt Flats and the West Desert of Utah. First free throw up, rattles out. Tuck Davis 0 for 1. Mustangs 4 of 9 from the free throw line in the ball game. Rebels 0 for 1. One free throw attempt in this game. That's not a mistake. That's one free throw attempt. Tuck hits the second. The Mustangs 50% from the line. Connor Greer, right wing. Hands off to Carrillo. Alex Bell, one dribble. Pivots around, looking for something, and drug the pivot foot, traveled. 5 turnovers in the quarter, 17 in the game for the Rebels. Too many turnovers, not enough hit shots, and not the defense they needed. Inbound to Hughes. 30 seconds to play. Jaden Grohl defending. Hughes dribbles right into the corner. And I don't have a number 1 on my roster for Manila. Bounce inside. Gailey, nice move, fades away, hits off the window. 59-35. Manila up big. Greer bounces out left wing to Scott. John dribbles free throw line, pulls up and bounces on the rim and falls through. John with the shot just before the buzzer sounds, and the Mustangs win 59-37 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Stay tuned, the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap coming up. We'll also have McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play, Rolling Kennedy Shot and Play, and the Garden City adjustment of the game after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters. LSR Refrigerated and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by Cat Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at Cat Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on MyLocalRadio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit MyLocalRadio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Welcome back to the post-game show. Time for your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. The 113 Front Street in Evanston is Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meet. The Rebels, girls and boys, varsity teams at Manila on a Friday night for Valentine's Day. And it was heartbreak for one team, heartbreak for the other in each game. The girls started things off. Manila came out shooting hot and led 6-2 early, but then Rich went on a tear and pushed it up in the third quarter. Well, Rich had an 11-point lead at the half, and went up, outscored Manila 19-2 in the third quarter. And Rich went on to win in the girls' game 54-23. McKenna Stacy surpassed 1,000 points in her Rebel career, finishes the night with 1,005 total points, 16 points tonight. And Rich won that one 54-23 on the girls' side. On the boys' side, Manila jumped out to a 10-4 lead and never looked back. Rich got to within 5 points here, 7 points there, but a 13-4 run in the second quarter put Manila up 31-15, and then they cruised in the second half, forcing 10 second-half turnovers by the Rebels and holding no Rebels scored in double figures tonight. Mustangs were led by Jordan Lucio's 19 and Tanner Anderson's 15 en route to a 59-37 victory over the Rebels. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meat, gourmet sandwiches fresh and fast every day. Thanks for joining us on the post-game show. We've got more coming up, including the Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play of the game, Garden City adjustment of the game, and the McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. But first, joining us real quickly here on the post-game show, Brody Schofield, play-by-play voice of the Manila Mustangs. Brody, how you doing tonight?
Well, I am doing good. It was a busy night here, Ryan, tonight for me. I wish I could have been up here longer, but you know what? It's a pretty good night for me.
Your Mustangs on the girls' side, a very solid first half from the girls. What did you see? What happened from your perspective in that second half?
Yeah, that first half was really good for the Mustangs and that girls' team. Tony Pendleton wanted that. Coach Tony Pendleton wanted that when I talked to her earlier in the week. She wanted that in the first two quarters. Third quarter, Rich came out hotter. Manila did it. And this is in my opinion, Manila came out and didn't rebound like they did in that first quarter. And we started to see Rich go down low more, and I think that's what got the Mustangs.
I think another problem for Manila in that girls' game, and you obviously didn't, keep stats. I was keeping some stats, and I had Manila's girls with 8 turnovers in the third quarter. You do that in any quarter. That 8 is a low number for an entire game, obviously, but 8 1/4, that's going to kill you.
Yeah, you definitely can't. You can't make mistakes like that, and that's when we come down to the young of. I think it's more of that team's really young, but you know what? I think if you're the Manila Mustangs, I think you gotta feel good about. I know it's hard to say that. You don't ever feel good about a loss,
right?
But you're playing a very tough Rich Rebel team, and that loss, they improved on a lot since they went to Rich that night.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely, and for Manila, I think for the girls, at least if I'm Coach Pendleton, I'm saying, girls, look what we did in that first quarter, and even extend that first half. We had a great first half. We were right there with the number 1 team in 1A.
I 100% agree, and they definitely showed, and it's like I was talking to my camera guy up there, Ash Carter. I told him, if that Mustang team could play like they did in that first half, that's a team that would have more wins than they do this season.
Let's move on. Talk about the boys. The Mustangs, 34 points in the first half, and then they held Rich. Really, Rich hit that buzzer beater. It was kind of a prayer at the end of the first half, but holding Rich to 22 points in that first half and 37 in the ball game. You got it all from this Manila team. They're smart, they're patient, they take care of the ball well, had 3 turnovers through the first 3 quarters total, and they're just so disciplined and confident.
And I couldn't agree more with what you said. They had so much passion coming out tonight compared to their last couple of games that they came and stepped onto the floor. Lyman, they didn't have the passion that they did tonight. And this is a team, this is a boys team, that if they play like that, this is a tough team. And I know Coach Hughes and the coaching staff work hard on getting that ball into the right places, creating open space, and that's exactly what they did here tonight.
Lucio had about his average, and it felt like a ton of points, 19. But I tell you, I'm impressed by, and I always have been since I remember seeing him as a sophomore, but wow, that kid can jump. But he's really harnessed his basketball skill. His athleticism is a big deal, but he's really become a good basketball player.
Yeah, it's crazy how good Jordan Lucio is, because I think sometimes in Manila, and I don't even want to say this for everybody, but sometimes I feel like I take Jordan Lucio and what he's brought to this basketball court for granted a little bit, because the man is just athletic. He is a beast. He is going to be that calm leader for the Mustangs in those big situations.
I remember he hit a big 3 last year against Rich that kind of iced the game, and tonight 19 points. I had him with 10 rebounds, so a double-double unofficially. But, boy, this Manila team, you mentioned that when things are clicking, Manila, and I see 1A boys basketball as I think there's 5 or 6 teams that any one of those 5 or 6, if we played the state tournament 10 times, you'd probably have 7 different champions, because between Valley, Manila, ICS, Wendover, Bryce Valley, and then I think you got to throw Paiute in there as well. You got 6 legitimate contenders, and Manila among the top of that group.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's crazy how good 1A state basketball is on those 6 that you're talking about here tonight. And I couldn't agree more. You're going to have 7 different champions if you were to play 10 state championship games. And the Mustangs, I'm sorry, I'm going to go into this. If they want to go and take this W in the state tournament, I know I'm getting a little
go for it.
Little bit out of the blue here. The Mustangs have to be able to go into that arena, go into the state championship with the mindset that they're good enough to win that tournament, and that everybody's playing on that same court, that everybody's playing the same type of opponents, and everything's possible at the state championship.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brody, just the confidence this team showed tonight from Manila. As a fan, if I was a Manila fan, I'd be feeling pretty good going in. Now, I'm not saying they've got a 100% chance, obviously, not even a 2 to 1 chance, but they've definitely got as good a chance as any of those other 5 teams in the top 5 or 6.
Yeah, for sure. And, it's like I said, we all watch March Madness.
Yeah.
The state tournament is March Madness in high school. Anything can happen. There could be a Cinderella story, or there could be just a classic champion, number 1 walks in and wins. Anything can happen, and the Mustangs, I think, have a good chance.
Definitely. Brody, thanks for coming to chat.
Thank you, Ryan.
Where did you get that jacket?
I got it on Amazon.
That's pretty sweet, man.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll keep in touch. You guys have Mountain View tomorrow night
Mountain
here?
View tomorrow. That's going to be a really tough game. That's going to be a tough game. So
that's a good athletic team.
Tell your My Local Radio people they can watch it live.ksl.com.
Thanks, Brody.
Thanks, Ryan.
That's play-by-play voice of the Manila Mustangs, Brody Schofield. He'll be doing some of the games at State with us, right? If you're watching on live.ksl.com. Mustangs games and everybody else. Thanks, Brody. All right, stay tuned. We got more of the post-game show coming up. We'll look at the Rolling Kennedy shot and play of the game and more on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Back on the post-game show, 59-37. Manila beats Rich by 22 in the boys. The girls' game, Rich won by 31, 54-23. Jordan Lucio, 19 points to lead Manila to the victory. On the post-game show, and let's jump into your Garden City adjustment of the game. The Rebels initially just 2 turnovers. That was very good. And then they couldn't get the scoring really to keep pace with Manila, and turnovers piled up in the second, third, and fourth quarters. But overall, I think the level of intensity, Rich was down 8-2 early. Coach Brown took a timeout, and he shouted it out for a second to the boys. He said, guys, let's get it in gear, pull it together. And they did for a bit. They cut it to a 4-point game, 15-11. But Manila just a little too much firepower tonight. But that was your adjustment of the game, that timeout, and then the rest of the first quarter that Rich put together against Manila. The adjustment of the game is brought to you by Garden City, where families play in beautiful Bear Lake. Visit gardencity.ut.us. Your Rolling Kennedy Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play of the game. Shot, John Scott, three-pointer at the buzzer, second quarter. Rebels were down 34-19, and if they wanted to have any hope of coming back into that one, they needed every bucket they could get, and they got one off the glass, buzzer beater by John Scott to make it 34-22 at the half. That's your Rolene Kennedy shot of the game. Rolene Kennedy play of the game. I think we'll go to leaning toward John Scott. He had a drive and a layup, scooped it in the first quarter that cut it to a 5-point game, 13-8. Logan Muirbrook's three-point shot that made it a 4-point game, 15-11, just a couple possessions later. Either one of those two, your Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet play of the game. Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet, a community-driven dealership. And your McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision play of the game. Dental care at reasonable rates for the whole family. That's McKay Frankham at 170 Arrowhead Drive, number 1. Late in the fourth quarter, I guess it was about midway through the fourth, the Rebels were down 23. And really at that point, you could have seen a let-up. But Cody Muir got the ball down inside for Manila. And Muirbrook was not letting up. But Logan Muirbrook finished with, I had him 9 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 big block. As Muir turned and shot, Muirbrook swatted that thing out of bounds and continued to give that great effort despite a 23-point deficit with like 4 minutes left to play. So that's your McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision play of the game, Logan Muirbrook's block in the fourth quarter. All right, that does it for some of that post-game items, the McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision play of the game and more. We're going to take a look ahead at what the Rebels have going on the rest of this week. That's when we return on the post-game show here on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
Back on the postgame show at Manila High School, where the Rebel girls win 54-23. The Rebel boys lose 59-37 on the station on main scoreboard. Rebels had nobody in double figures. So Kyler Wilson, Logan Muirbrook, and John Scott led the way with 9 points apiece. Riley Taylor had 6 before fouling out. We move along in our postgame show. We'll look ahead at what's coming up the rest of the weekend and into next week. But first, let's hear from Colton Hislop, two-time state champion wrestler. With Colton Hislop, a senior at Rich High School, two-time state champ now. Colton, way to go.
Thanks.
How you feeling?
Hasn't quite sunken in yet.
The broken nose has sunk in, though, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that definitely hurts.
Tell me about that.
First 3 seconds in the match, I've already wrestled this kid before, and I came headstrong right out of the gate, so I was expecting him to shoot on me as a defense on this one. So and he came headstrong this time, and his head hit my nose, and then he did like an uppercut with his hand and finished it off.
He got 2 hits in one punch.
Yep, in the first 3 seconds.
So did that stop the match for a while? You had to get the blood timeout?
Yes, I did.
And then were you kind of like hazy or like starstruck a little bit, or were you feeling okay?
I was tearing up. It hurt.
That's pretty crazy. You broke your nose, and then you came back out and you beat him 11-2?
Yep, 11-3 actually.
Major decision.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Were you feeling it? Are you feeling tired? Having not started really wrestling until, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, 4 actually.
So you were not quite in that peak wrestling conditioning?
Not quite, but Quinn Sidaway got us there pretty quickly, us 3 that joined. Yeah, he did not make it fun.
But was it worth it?
Yeah, it was worth it. Even though we joined late, at least we don't have any regrets of what could have happened or what we could have done. So,
what got you, or why did you decide? How did you make that decision to not? You were not wrestling, and then you made that decision to come back.
So my dad actually had cancer, and so I was helping him out at home. And when he was able to do the chores by himself and I'd just get home and sit on the couch, that's when it felt like I needed something else to do. And that next day, my coach came to me and was like, you need to make your decision, yes or no, on wrestling. And I initially told him no. And I sat down in class and thought, well, maybe never mind. So then I went and told him yes.
I'm sorry to hear about your dad.
It's okay. He's recovering well, so.
That's good. Colton, tell me about so your experience where you got back into it in early January, just in time to get a few matches under your belt for the divisional. How did you feel like you wrestled there?
I was gassed. It was a lot of just a learning experience because usually with mat time you learn little things here and there that you could do to help a move go better, but since I didn't have much mat time, it was just kind of like baptism by fire. Just had to figure it out as you went.
You wrestled Russell Walker for the divisional championship. You had to face him again in the state championship. Were you surprised that it was him again, or was there somebody else that maybe got upset?
So I was actually expecting a Panguitch kid. He had a really good record, but when I was talking to him, he ended up messing up his knee against this Milford kid. And so this Milford kid was able to stick him and pin him. So that's the story behind that.
What did it feel like with broken nose? Probably had some stuff stuffed up there so it wouldn't bleed more, and you pull out that win. You gutted it out for the victory, 11-3.
It felt awesome. A lot of it was just trying to tell myself this is my last match of my career ever. I've been wrestling since kindergarten, so I have to go out with a win, and all the people I've been wrestling in the past, and not to make that go in vain. So that was the initial plan.
What's the plan for the rest of this year?
Eat.
Eat. What's the first meal you had after you won state?
I went to Wendy's and had a McDouble.
Big double burger. That sounds good.
Oh, yeah. It was heavenly.
Colton, what do you learn or what value do you get from winning a state title, winning back-to-back state titles now, and wrestling and life lessons type stuff?
The biggest life lesson I've learned with wrestling hasn't really came from winning a state championship, but just in general, and that's to be honorable. I've wrestled a lot of kids that haven't been honorable or in the match that have almost cheated their way through and that have thrown a tissy fit if they've won or lost. And so that's the biggest lesson I've learned is just go out there and give it all you've got, and one way or another, just to be honorable and take what's given to you.
Colton, anything else we should touch on?
That's about it.
Congratulations on a defense of your state title.
Thanks.
Senior at Rich High School, Colton Hislop. Good luck with the rest of your senior year. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Colton. That's the Rebel Sports Update. And again, congratulations to the Rebel Wrestlers. Second place as a team, Colton Hislop, Keller Sidaway, both state champs individually at state wrestling. That was just last week, last Friday, Saturday down in Richfield. We'll be back in Richfield in a couple of weeks for state basketball tournaments, girls and boys. And, well, hopefully the boys, it looks like they will likely have a play-in game in the first round at home against, you can speculate, probably it looks like either Tinnick or Telos the last time we could look at those RPI rankings. Make sure to tune in Monday morning on our sister station, KNYN 99.1. The Big Dog will get you updated on that on Rebel, 10:30 a.m. Monday morning on 99.1 FM. Stay tuned. One more quick break. We'll look ahead at what's the rest of this weekend. Rebel Boys in action tomorrow. We'll tell you about it when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley.
.23 win for the girls, 59-37 loss for the boys at Manila. And welcome back to the post-game show. Ryan STEINECKERT here, looking ahead to tomorrow. The Royals basketball programs host Jackson. That's the middle school boys basketball team hosting Jackson tomorrow. Games begin at 10 a.m. Rebel boys out at Wendover. Freshman at 2, JV at 3:30. Our varsity coverage begins at 4:20 from Wendover High School, in a tough matchup to finish out the regular season for this Rebel boys team. Looking ahead to next week, Thursday is the end of the second trimester. Thursday, the Royals play at Kemmer, and there's the Rich High School drill review Thursday night at Rich High, 7 p.m. in the gymnasium. Friday, the Royals at Cokeville. Saturday, the Royals at Big Piney and Pinedale. And then Saturday, also the 1A playoff first round, elimination round, play-in round, call it what you like. First round of the playoffs for the boys basketball team. Looks like they'll have a home game, but we're not quite sure on that for next week. But that'll be Saturday the 22nd. We should know by Monday morning when we bring you Rebel on our sister station, KNYN 99.1 FM, the Big Dog. That takes us through the end of next week and wraps up our post-game show. Once again, our final score on the Station on Main scoreboard. The girls with the big win, 54-23. The boys with the big loss, 59-37. And join us tomorrow when the Rebel boys take the floor at Wendover. Our pregame starts at 4:20 right here on KADQ. And you can watch live on mylocalradio.com. For tonight's videographer, Gary McKee, our producer, Alyssa McDaniel, back in the studio. I'm Ryan STEINECKERT. We'll talk with you again soon.
You've been tuned in to Rich High School basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with live video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses and individuals. Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, by Plains Tire of Evanston, the Come On In of Casper, The Store, by Evanston Regional Hospital, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, and by mylocalradio.com. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, along with Evanston's Elin Olive, the Bridger Valley's Jake Hibbard, and our production assistants, Preston Bush, AJ Lamb, and Alyssa McDaniel. Biggest thanks of all to our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. And like mylocalradio.com on Facebook to stay up to date with the game broadcasts. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com. Until next time.
Yeah!